hit the Discord too?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Yes.
We are episode 433.
Pretty. So
God
pretty.
damn it.
Such a piece
So
of shit.
pretty.
No, he doesn't have to. No.
Okay.
All right, everyone, shut the f*** up. Let's ready to record.
We like to start every show by yelling, "We are tWoTcast." Can you do that with me? On the count of 1, 2, 3, go. We are tWoTcast. Now we can start.
The Wheel of Time, reread podcast, explicit and R, freaking rated. Jono's the wild card, always talking shit. Joe's the straight man, he's a total dick. Tom is still obsessed with X-Men.
Previously on X-Men.
We are
Okay, everybody who's here in chat gets a shout out on MySpace for showing up.
Hey, we are tWoTcast episode 433. We already did that. You're viewing tWoTcast, the Wheel of Time reread podcast. Now covering the death of the Wheel of Time.
Oh, no.
With me, as always, is Jono.
Jono.
Oh, good answer, Jono. And hey, Tabby's here too.
Hi,
Hey,
I'm here.
Tom's here too.
So do that.
Tom,
That's it.
I don't
Jono,
think
Joe.
Tom would have like risen out of his grave soon to be for this episode, just for his own merriment.
Really,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
for that bit.
Oh man.
I love that you even had a fucking sparkler on hand.
I thought about it
So pretty.
days ago, and then I guess we didn't. We had them at the house. So
That's awesome.
Man, that's
Always keeps props lying around in case shows are canceled.
Yeah, before we get started and inevitably talk about all the things they did wrong.
Yeah.
I do care. There's a line in Ocean's 11 where Julia Roberts is looking at a painting with Al Pacino, and she's like, "Do you like it?" And he's like, "I like that you like it." You know, and it's and he's the asshole there, but like, I mean,
Al
I am
Pacino.
sad for everyone that loved the show, but Andy Garcia, sorry, yeah, and Al Pacino's the third one. Sorry,
That's correct.
Yeah, I honestly don't give a shit that it got canceled. Like, I wasn't watching it anyway. That's an effect on my life.
I mean,
it's a
I'm
bummer
sad
for people that
because
like it.
we like to talk about it on the show.
It gives us content. It hopefully it drives people to the fucking books, and that's really what I want.
I mean,
right?
there's that. I wanted. Is
there evidence of that?
Yeah.
I'm sure people
My
have bought
boss
books.
is reading it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
I know people personally who started reading because of the show.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Are they people though?
they are. They're personal.
And will they finish now that the show's over?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, my friend Armando, he actually, and I was like,
Armando.
yeah, he's great. I was like, do you still like the show after reading the books? He's like, yeah, I love them both. But he's the one that I gave one of my copies of Newspring to because he didn't know about it. Got so pumped.
Yeah.
When I told him, like, have you read Newspring? He's like, what? It's like immediately looking for it. I'm like, dude, I've got one. I'll give it to you. So he said he liked both, but he loved reading. He burned through the books from.
Gnomon Gardens here.
I wonder what the retention rate is for those books with each next book.
Whole time.
I mean, it's an interesting question, right? I mean, like, are you talking about like today versus 30 years ago, which is an interesting sentence,
or just
maybe 40?
Anytime anybody started, how many people actually finish?
Well, I mean, in my experience, no women do. But I mean, it's tough, right? Like people don't read the way they used to, myself included. With smartphones everywhere, like your attention span is drastically
I'm going to be right back, guys.
Terrible. So I mean, like I don't read like I used to. I don't read a whole fucking book in like a week, like I had. So I don't know. I mean, it's a good question. Like, do you read 1, 2, and then you're like, well, that's enough. I'll just go watch the TV show because I know that'll finish.
Yeah, I don't know. Even before the babies, I was reading less, like a lot less. But
thanks, Joe.
I don't think I've burned through a book since Memory Light came out. I read that in like 6 or 7 days.
Yeah, it was 24 hours. So fucking did not sleep very well. But yeah.
You know what's weird, even with books, is that if I get to a certain point and then like I put it down or something and then I move on with something else, like I forget to go back to it, and then like I'll walk in our library and be like, oh yeah.
Look at Arosa's comment. She loved the show. Loved past tense though, because it's dead.
Okay.
First, then read and finished the book.
So that's fucking awesome. Like that's what. Like that's what. I mean, really bothers me.
That is awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. That I think that's fantastic. I mean, like I to me, like my memories of the books are kind of impossible to like hold away from like this like feeling of like anticipation of, because I started reading in like when book 6 was already out and 7 was the new one. So like that feeling of it, then you got to wait 18 months, 2 years, that kind of thing. And so I don't know what that's like to just be able to burn through an entire series almost of 14 books.
That'd be daunting.
Yeah.
Harder at the same time.
I wonder if anybody that watched the show picked up the books and then was mad that the books weren't like the show and didn't read them.
I doubt that. I think most people understand that like movies are never the same as as its source material mostly.
I don't know.
But can't you make the same argument of why we didn't appreciate certain pieces of the show?
I guess you could, but I mean,
but fuck no.
It's not. Most of my problems weren't like necessarily changes. It was like, well, they were changes, but I mean, like, not that the book was not being represented exactly to the page. It was that like, I don't know, the changes were dumb, or they made dumb mistakes, or there wasn't like good writing with like what the dagger was, and like, it's just like the things that I have wrong with the show are numerous, but they're usually nitpicks.
The changes part
to a certain extent.
I really like the first what did we see the preview of the first 2 episodes, and then I was
Yeah,
even
first
still on
episode.
board. I was on board for a little while. I don't remember when. It was near
Yeah,
the end
I
of
liked
season
like
1.
Leandrin's
Yeah.
changes were fun. Like I liked that you like
Yeah,
saw
hold
why
on.
she was
Let's
more of a
let's
dark.
let
You know,
Tom
like
give
there's a lot.
Boney Bob, let Tom actually say a moment kindness about the show before he shits on it.
Well, that was it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
I mean, just they make a change, and you're like, oh, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But whatever, you got to change it for TV, and then like another and another, and then I'm like, all right, well, they'll get back on track. And then it said they double down and triple down, and like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? What are we doing? What is the point of this?
And
I
there
don't
was
know,
some
instead of-
stuff that they did along the way
Interesting
too.
comment.
Like they realized they didn't do something right, so they'd have to make a change.
Yeah,
I don't know if you read about some of that. That was really not
Maybe.
great too.
Not real. Well, I certainly didn't seek out more information about the show.
Yeah, Taffy. Taffy. There's no spoilers for anything. So what are you talking about specifically?
Actually, it was Sarah. She was writing about how they needed a way to cover up with the Forsaken being hurt by a heron mark sword, like when
Yeah.
so they made that up
Right answer there.
later because they realized that there was no answer for why Rand's sword hurt Landfear. I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
There was an article that came out today. It was Decider or today. Or, I don't know when it was.
Yeah, I read that.
Okay.
Yeah,
so they're talking about how there was a chick that was since like 2018 was running.
Yeah,
Amazon.
I wrote her name down, Jennifer Slake or Salk or something like that.
Yeah.
And then apparently she's like not the head of Amazon MGM anymore.
Yeah, like 2 months ago, some
studios
dude took over and they canned her, and then they got rid of like.
How dare you?
Yeah, but I think they were kind of overwhelmed because like I think they already had the rights to Rings of Power before they even got Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
So it was like, I
know a big part of it that Rings of Power is like they're like legally obligated to do 5 seasons of that.
Yeah.
With the Tolkien estate or something. So like they can't cancel that show even though it's not doing as well or whatever, or people don't like it.
It's not a great, like, I don't want to say it loudly, but it's not a great show. My wife will kill me. Like certain pieces are just kind of like, what the fuck? Like it's not engaging. And I haven't read that part of the series because it doesn't exist. But it's not really speaking to me as much as the Silmarillion or the actual Lord of the Rings and or the Hobbit. Like none of it really feels quite as, I don't know. Tolkien made a fucking wonderful breathing world, and it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't. It just feels like some random shit with characters' names that you would have picked up in certain parts that are strung together.
Do you think it's because they kind of dumbed it down?
It could be. I don't know. I mean, I think it's not source material though, right? Like they're kind of pulling this weird negative space between the Silmarillion, the Second Age, right? And so they don't really have. It's the same shit that happened with the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. Like all of a sudden you've lost your fucking writer, and it ends up. You know, it's important for these things, writing. Which is why it's always is funny. Like,
it's almost like what the author put on the page is important, and people gravitated towards it. And then when they started making shit up on their own because no book existed, it didn't work. And everybody on the planet Earth hated it, even though it was one of the last mega show, like the last one we'll ever have.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Like,
so
I really
into season 1 of this show, we're like, let's copy those mistakes exactly.
I think that I've said it a couple times. I take umbrage at this point of like the idea of calling them like, yes, you are in fact writing, your screenwriting, that kind of thing. But like, it's really translation.
It's adaptation.
Right? Like,
it's adaptation.
It's adapting. And then, because someone already wrote this, his name was Robert Jordan, and you know, so calling yourself the writer for the show feels a little kind of pompous, and also like, so you made it bad. Again, not bad, but you made it different in a way that got it canceled. It's not great.
I thought
Robert
season
Jordan
3 was like by far the best season. I was pretty certain that they would get another season at the very least.
I did too. I was pretty certain.
I was pretty shocked.
Spoiler for us.
I guess so.
It's a
like
shame.
You were just saying that a heron mark sword can hurt Landfear.
Yeah,
so
remember when he?
But they didn't know why.
It's a power rot weapon.
Oh, power rot. Okay.
that's why
Yeah.
I don't like it. So
Yeah, because they
if
didn't
you're
have a
gonna make-
reason at that
if
point.
you're going to make any change whatsoever, there needs to be a really good reason for making the change. So you made
Yeah.
a change,
Yeah.
and not only did you not have a good reason, you didn't have a reason.
Yeah.
You just did
Yes.
it to do it. What are you doing over there?
There was a lot of stuff like that that feels like they were kind of
Well, hold
scrambling.
on. I think there's a
afterward.
reason to do it. There's no rationale behind why it would work. I think
I
it's
don't
the
know.
technically that.
I think I said it a long time ago on an episode that if I like got a writer's room together, I'd be like, we're going to adapt this. And, obviously, if
All
to
right,
make changes,
Finn's was
do
bringing
this,
up
that,
this
or whatever.
question
But-
earlier. Do you think another studio could pick this up and fix it?
No.
So I think it depends on
All right.
like the reasons given are financial, right? That the audience shrank
Mhm.
too much for the budget given to it. In the face of all that,
Yeah.
without saying anything political, because I hate politics and politicians, we have this potential 100% tariff, which is fascinatingly
On
weird.
anything made outside the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that does technically like change the discourse, and I don't know how a tariff does on digital whatever the fuck. But that does change the dialogue about how much a show costs. So maybe they would have greenlit this 5 months ago, and then instead this shit happens. I don't know.
Yeah.
Trump take Wheel of Time.
Yeah. It's exactly like it's a weird thought, right? Like the idea that Trump canceled the Wheel of Time is very would not have guessed of any of that.
Like, I didn't dislike him enough already. Now he's back in the Wheel of Time. Okay.
Yeah. So, but maybe that's a point in his favor now.
If by
All of a sudden,
audience
like-
shrank they mean my dick, I wanted titties. I was actually gonna say, like, no offense, we could have used a little more boob and a little more land butt, and
Yeah.
everyone probably would have been watching it still.
Is that what you think?
that audience would have shrank.
That's 100%.
I mean,
A lot of
that's
people-
why
a
all
lot
the
of people are
normals
blaming
liked
marketing
Game
as
of
well.
Thrones, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I think that's
No.
why they like Game of Thrones. Although you
I
did
think that's a
sort of
big
like-
part of why the normal people like.
It's a
Game
good
of
way to
Thrones,
get people
less
into
than
it. Like, hey, there's tits.
yeah, and it worked.
yeah,
I mean,
so
it's-
swinging dogs.
well,
There's
yeah,
more like
it's drama-
dick for fucking.
And then they were
Drama, sex, and
invested.
violence. So, but even it, so they went halfway on that. Like, let's make it. You don't have to make them that much older. It was aged
Mhm.
along. Would have made sense. Like, it would have been fine.
But
like-
like the thing that also
I like the
worked
ages
Game
for
of-
most of the casting.
I guess.
Yeah.
Just, even like Rand and Egwene, like in hindsight, having sex in like the first episode, I'm like, I don't know if we need that. Do we need that?
No.
Why?
What
Why?
did Joe just say? Dicks and tits. That wasn't the issue. I don't have a problem with that. But I
That's
think the thing that
Why Man said no tits in the final season? That's because the actors were, had agency and protected themselves at that point.
they couldn't
Yeah.
be taken advantage of anymore.
and now
Yeah.
it's Joe's child bride idea.
Also, in George R. R. Martin's books, it's just
Blood and boobs, the age-old story.
Tom,
just-
get louder because Joe's talking over you over and over. Get louder.
Yeah, you
don't
need
know
to
how to
turn
get
your light
louder.
on too.
Oh yeah. Why is it?
You know,
Joe
take your
talking
shirt
to
off.
A
no
lot
one
of
else?
people were talking about how the lack of marketing was the deciding factor in this as well. How like this other two seasons didn't do as well because Amazon wasn't doing any marketing like they do for other stuff. But I don't know
Well-
what other kind of marketing are you supposed to do. They were putting them on TV boxes at Costco. They had like big banners in cities. They had, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? I guess maybe no TV shows or,
Put as much-
talk shows and stuff.
I mean, you put the marketing behind what you believe in. You get a budget, and then
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's people that make $1 million salaries that crunch numbers on this and make those.
Do you
decisions.
think what if Bezos doesn't like Wheel of Time and he bought it to kill it?
Wrong. So if I remember correctly, there was like an article that was like Bezos actually was a Wheel of Time fan,
When's the
at
last
least
Okay.
to
time
some limited degree.
Isn't he not in
Bezos?
charge at Amazon? Anyway?
Bezos. What's that?
Bezos.
Didn't he leave a while ago?
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
think.
probably. Maybe that new dude Mike doesn't like Wheel of Time.
Mike Hopkins called it streamlining.
He
Yeah.
probably doesn't want to throw good money after bad, which is probably what this other person was doing, because they probably renewed it for season 2 too early, and then
Uh huh.
3 was a reclamation project. They probably had benchmarks to hit in order to get renewed, and they didn't hit them.
That makes
So
sense.
that means I do think that they did reclaim a large part. Like it was a better show, it's a better product, and like you could see things that you like. Also, you could see a lot of things you didn't like. I'm not surprised that the show was canceled. I would have thought they would have done like a season 4, like kind of like let's call it a day kind of thing. Why not put some type of thing together? It feels like you could have made some money on that. But I don't fucking know.
It's Flul said, I heard some of the Amazon's execs were angry that Watt was doing better than Rings of Power. I mean,
if that's
who knows
the case,
how true that is. That's
I
so
think
petty.
you're
But
right.
that's how that shit is, man. Like,
Right.
And they would have got away with it too for those meddling kids.
like, there's a good chance this new Mike guy was just like, I don't want this project to be successful because it came from the person that came before me. Like,
Yeah.
I have to have my
These
own
are a lot
projects that are
of,
successful.
He's probably sexist like you and Jono.
Yeah,
Is-
probably.
No, I'm sorry. You and Tom. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Jono's-
Jono. I'm sorry.
Jono makes us say all those things.
Is Twitter
mean, wait.
turning into
Never
QAnon? Or what are we doing over here? Let's calm
What's that?
down. Are we turning into QAnon on Twitter time?
No,
Yeah.
it's a gag that we picked up while you were gone. Sorry. Jono was always saying that Joe is sexist.
Oh no, I know that. I
And
just
he-
mean the conspiracy theories are.
I don't know if it's a conspiracy
okay.
theory. I think people are just looking for more than a reason that's just financial, maybe.
Maybe.
Sometimes we want to enjoy porn with the family. Game of
It
Thrones
sounds-
was good for that.
It sounds like
And
we're in
us.
the denial phase.
And us.
So yeah, it's a fascinating thing. Again, I don't like the show being canceled. I enjoyed having something to discuss, even though sometimes it was discussed. I'm not happy about this. I did laugh. I'll be honest. I apologize. I did laugh, and because like it seemed like we'd gotten so much positive. Like, oh, don't worry, this is going to be redone. Like they're going to approve it for at least 2 more seasons, and then like, or just shoot it in the back of the head. Like it's just fucking done.
Yeah, this is pretty standard. The pettiness of like projects being greenlit and then canceled because execs get shuffled around. I mean, like that's most of the DC universe movies.
Mhm.
I
Like,
mean,
Oh,
WB
right, yeah.
changed so frequently over the course of those movies, and they're like, Henry Cavill's out, Henry Cavill's in, Henry Cavill's out, and they're just like, what is happening right now? Just make a Superman movie.
with Henry Cavill or no?
Well, now it's fine. They got James Gunn in there. He's gonna fix it all.
So I don't know. The whole thing
Taffy,
is
do
kind
you
of tragic.
think another studio should pick this up and fix it, or could fix it?
I don't know. You know what? I mean, to be honest, they kind of lost me when they killed Doyle like they did. Or I don't know. They didn't even fucking kill him. They threw him into the void. He's still his corpse
they
is still
fixed it?
falling.
What if they fixed it by making him walk out of a Waygate in season 4?
No, because how can you fix that stuff that they talked about afterward where he's talking about like, you can't just collect characters like we do in the books. That's how we refer to
I
Loyal.
think
That
part
way-
of fixing it would probably be not having Rafe back.
Absolutely.
So,
Can they do that? Because I
don't know.
feel
Rafe
I
doesn't
would love
own
to. I'd
anything.
love
Yeah.
to see Yosha more. I mean, I'd love to see. I mean, all the actors and
All the actors are fantastic.
all the actors are great.
Like that Maxim guy. Like now, what are we gonna do now? I'm not gonna like. Yeah. Well,
Loyal to Jumanji.
I
They
texted
did like Community.
call it the gas. Tom, is it
that's
going to be the gas season? Like the whole show? Just the
Pretend
gas
Tom's
league
still
show?
here. Pretend Tom's still here.
Oh, okay.
All right, Tom's still here.
But I think that where Tom was going was the idea of calling it the gas league season, but for the entire first 3, where they just kind of wrote off that entire plot. Just pick it back up, same actors and all that. Like that was weird. That didn't happen though, right? And then just start over. I don't know. Like there's a weird thing that I kind of like sketched out while half drunk the other day. And I don't know if you call it like a pyramid scheme or what, because it's not really a good pyramid scheme. But like from the inception of this, like of how we got here, is terrible, right? If you remember, like Robert Jordan hated Red Eagle. He hated the agreement he had done with them. And this is why he was still alive, hence why he was talking about it. And literally was blogging while on his deathbed about like, these guys fucking suck. I don't like what they've done. And then, what came out of that was eventually The Winter's Dragon, greatest piece of TV ever. In fairness,
Agree.
11th
It brought us Billy Zane.
So awesome.
The 11th hour thing designed to hold the rights just for a little bit that Harriet went to legal battle with, and we don't know what the fuck happened there, except hands were shaken, and then next thing you know, Sony owns some rights. Red Eagle gets a consulting thing, and everything's not great. And then this turned into this eventual Amazon picking up the rights from Sony, working together. And even after that, we still have a co-author, right? Brandon being very critical of certain things, also very positive, and not feeling like he's really got much agency for some of this. And I'm not saying that's a Rafe thing. From everything I've heard, Rafe actually does respect and like the Brandon, that kind of thing. But the whole thing, start to finish, everything feels like the worst horror story of what the fuck happens with rights. Once you sign away something, shit happens and it's awful. So
yeah, this is one of the main reasons I don't like
that was well.
That
was a nice.
Thank you.
Every once in a while, you string a few sentences together without a joke in it, and I get confused.
Yeah, makes two of us. Yeah, it's like anal beats, just slowly pulling them out instead of feeling good.
Jono, do you want this picked up again and fixed?
It depends what fixed means. The answer is yes. Again, I crave all twat.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
think that's what it comes down to, honestly.
Do you think it comes down to that I don't know who decided collectively to call it Watt, but do you think it would have succeeded if they
called it twat? Yeah.
Everything is
that's the thing.
Save Watt's keys. Like, why are they so afraid of it? Why are they so afraid of the full title?
They're afraid of our podcast for that exact reason.
Robert Jordan
what
wasn't
it
afraid.
is. The Wheel of Time. It's not Wheel of Time. It's like Wheel of Time is also like
hashtag crave twat
stuff with it, because there's this whole religious thing or something that's connected to Wheel of Time. Because when you used to look up stuff, there'd be all these like prayers and like pictures of like new agey looking wheels and stuff, and it's like that's also Wheel of Time, not the Wheel of Time. So I don't know. I don't know. That was just, I don't know. It's kind
so that's
weird.
what that song Wheel of Time is about, not the Wheel of Time.
Oh, jeez. I didn't write it.
Yeah.
Twat going strong for over a decade.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we're old men. And we're going to keep... Oh, that's another thing.
A young lady with us.
I do feel...
I'm older than all of you. I could be your mother.
It can't be older than Tom. No one's
Drink your booze. Drink your booze. Smoke your cigarette.
Well, yes. Yes, ma'am.
No one's older. No one's older than me.
It's true.
Tom's 87.
Yeah.
I just spent.
Oh, you broke up, Tom. What'd you say?
Not working.
What'd you say?
I spent 10 minutes trying to fix my audio and it's not working.
No.
What'd you
Make
say?
it louder.
Well, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Now.
I
Does this mean old twat or merchandise will be available again? I
now
doubt
that's
it.
a fascinating question.
Because the rights are still.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Still held by.
Is it? But did Sony didn't kill the rights thing? That was Amazon, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was both of them. It was the combined effort to make the show. Yeah.
And then they just never put out any merch.
Mm-hmm. That was another dumb thing. Like your show is on the platform where everyone buys shit from. Like,
yeah,
you're not making shit to go along with the show. Every show could have ended with like a little like, hey, and look what you can buy. It's his sword.
Yeah,
like a no-brainer.
And there's no like everything has a companion podcast now. There's no companion podcast for it, right?
Well, that's I think that's because we were doing such a good job.
Oh, okay. And you guys weren't available to be in.
Yeah, we were pretty busy. Yeah, we were pretty busy.
No, I mean, honestly, I think they do really respect the fan community. So, like, I think because like Dusty Wheel existed and certain other
okay
things.
Because I remember, wasn't there a chance that like Matt was kind of like tapped for something at one point, right? That he was tapped
a little bit, yeah.
I mean, I guess he would be mostly the official. He's done so much stuff, right?
Well,
behind
us.
Hair and Mark sword, hair and Mark dildo. I mean, yeah, you know. A lot of lost opportunities there, Beach.
Seriously.
Some good sex toys on Amazon. Yeah.
You're on the companion pack. I mean,
That's true. We actually did. We're the only ones to have done the companion podcast.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So really got to help our own.
There was the
marketing.
after show thing, but that was recent, right?
Oh, you're talking about that
Oh,
shit
that's
where it's just
true.
Rafe talking to like Maxim around a table?
That after show thing, man.
Is that what?
No, it's Matt Hatch's after show thing, right?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was
No,
thinking of
Matt's-
after
Matt's
the
great.
episode. Yeah.
I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe that has like official status. They are doing it with Harry Potter.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna. I can't wait for the new Harry Potter show. Let's watch that on this channel.
Oh, we're definitely going to. Yeah,
New Harry
we've
Potter
gotten a lot
watch?
of we've gotten a lot of questions about what we're doing next. By the way, and the answer, of course, is the Cape rewatch,
Yeah, we got to rewatch the Cape.
and by popular
6 seasons in a
demand,
movie.
Yeah, I have never seen it. I've never watched an episode of Survivor, but I am pushing very hard for season 11 of Survivor, starring Rafe Judkins.
Yeah, apparently he got really far. He's almost in the whole season. That means we can watch almost a whole season of Survivor. Talk about
never
the real
seen
time.
an episode. Never seen an episode, but those are our plans right now.
Okay, here's my next topic of conversation, I suppose. What were the writers and Rafe's biggest fuck ups? What did they do wrong? You know, like we know like what they got right, which is small.
They were inconsistent with a lot of stuff, and then
I think that's my biggest problem. Yeah. I don't think they did a good job like getting the lore across, or like, you know, like
no.
Like
when they
like just the
But what
mechanics
about
of how
magic
certain
beyond
things
the Aes
work.
What about magic stuff beyond the Aes Sedai?
Yeah, correct.
No.
Nothing. I don't know. To me, like the biggest issue is like it didn't feel right. You know, like the first couple episodes, we were all in, right? But there's no the characters don't move quite the same, and that's fine. But the whole
They trusted a billionaire.
That'll teach him.
Tom seems to be struggling to get back in. I don't know what's going on with his phone, but
he's having a good time. But like I don't know, like the whole feeling was off. Like you don't really enjoy your characters as much. There's I don't know what they did to Perrin. They just, you know, he gets married. He's already married, and he butchers his wife in episode 1. Funny, but not really there.
That's kind of fucked up. Yeah, I don't like. There's funny. There's a lot of
hilarious, but why
character growth? I think,
and like
I
had never heard of the term. Yeah,
took weird moments away from her, and like kind of like I don't know, just like little. Like Egwene and Rand were okay and well developed, but like aside from those two, like Perrin and Matt and Perrin and Matt and Nynaeve, like kind of got like shoved off to the side a lot, and I was just like, maybe we'd all like the show a lot more if the main characters were important and not like stepping in as random Aes Sedai that died, you know, like kind of thing. I'm like, why am I watching 2 episodes of this when I should be watching Perrin finding out he's a wolf brother with like you know, bring that character in instead of, you know.
And again, we don't know what the fuck happened during COVID. We don't know what the original shit is. I get that. But the thing is, like, you had $100 million budget, supposedly. You probably could have done something, right? And if it's not ready, then don't put it the fuck out, right? You know, you're going to be canceled for 3 seasons. Do a little better. I don't know. The whole thing is just very not as much as I want. And it just, let's see what it says here.
Yeah. No advertising, no merch, and 8 episodes was harsh. I mean, I don't know. 8 episodes was enough, I think. And they were extra. They were getting longer and longer, too. So, like, kind of felt more. But I mean, what we're really killed is someone just decided to cut it after its most successful season.
It's deeply ironic, and that'll teach you to do well. Don't do well.
Justice for Rick.
I mean, it wasn't successful as far as viewing numbers.
Oh, that's the measurement.
The scores were good, and there was lots of articles and stuff. Like positive articles, but the views were down even from. Wait, who's getting feedback on me?
Who do you think it is? Ding dong.
Let's go for a walk, Tom.
He's
I
trying
can
to
watch
get
Tom.
He's trying to get his audio fixed. It's okay.
I fucking love it. It's actually a wonderful.
I-
diversion.
very interesting.
Take my headphones off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that's why I wore these, because last week I tried doing these, and then when I left for a second and came back, I put them on, and it was sounded like I was in a submarine.
Yeah.
Yellow?
You
So-
were though, right?
I haven't been
Well,
connected
I was, but I was
for
trying to hide
a
it.
while. Let me go get some wires.
They were still making
Oh,
money
oh.
on the show. They just didn't make as much money as they wanted, which is,
Uh-huh.
true for every rich person that needs more money.
So I have a question. Somebody said that there's rumors about Apple TV. Is that just
Oh no,
But
I think that's
people
just
have been
like the
pushing
one that people
online.
assume. I think so. The
there
reasoning
any
there is
real-
that Amazon has Rings of Power, and they're not going to like suddenly decide to reverse their decision. Although I guess they could, but like
aren't they in a
the idea is
contract
that
with
like
though?
HBO Max has got the Game of Thrones spin-offs, and they don't want it, and then like, or why would they want it rather? And then like,
Oh, okay.
Hulu's basically Disney, and they've got Star Wars and all this other stuff. Like, why would they
Netflix has
care?
The Witcher, which they're canceling after the 5th season. Which, in fairness,
And Apple has
Listen-
no fantasy show, so that's
Yeah.
like as Finn said.
Okay. But they have Foundation.
It's a fan hope.
yeah,
Apple TV already has Foundation.
that's sci-fi.
It's quality over quantity,
Is it
which I
only-
agree.
It seems like a sci-fi fantasy mix, no? There's a little bit of magic in there, isn't it? Or is it all
I've-
science? It's all
You think
sci-fi.
a little bit of
Which
Monica.
show?
Foundation.
Oh,
I
I
use
think it's
was-
just sci-fi, but I didn't really watch it.
Well, yeah, I guess the Wheel of Time is unique because it's a mix of sci-fi and fantasy.
but you're not supposed to talk about the sci-fi aspect.
Oh,
That was
okay.
thousands of
Well,
years.
that's
ago.
why one of the reasons I liked it so much. I thought it was
Because
Ever
there's
since
just
she was originally
so
against
much more.
Apple, but I mean, if Apple did it, most of their programming is really good. I've rarely
Yeah.
watched an Apple show where I'm like, this isn't good.
well.
or
If you're
whatever,
worried about
but-
marketing, I wouldn't count on Apple to do any marketing.
I love the shit out
They
of the Silo TV show. Silo's
Yeah,
fantastic.
Silo's awesome.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched Silo yet.
I highly recommend it. Also,
There's
it's
this,
always
have you
fun to remember.
did you watch C?
I did
Um,
watch C. Tom is
that
back
was
from
a
getting
crazy
another
show.
box of Kleenex for his tears.
Yes.
That's his penis tears.
Dan,
I don't know. We'll
That's
see
Tom
what
how
had
this
it
works.
is. Yeah.
Tom had fireworks
Oh,
when he
you
started
sound
the
great.
show.
Yeah, Tom literally
And,
had a sparkler when he was shooting.
Do you have
Just
any more?
doing a lot. Yeah. Are you
Let's
crazy?
do more sparklers.
Let's do
I
it.
hate
Oh,
it.
he's gonna do it. Yay.
Do you have more? He just got one.
No, I couldn't
Yeah.
talk
Like
for the
the
last
Amazon-
20 minutes, and I kept going in and out of the stream, and I was just it was really frustrating.
It was
Yeah,
fun
I know.
for
It gets
us,
really
though. It was
when you have
entertaining.
technical difficulties and you're on a live stream, it's the most infuriating thing in the world. I can't
Really,
stand it.
it's amazing when you stick through it because you just want to just be like, forget it.
Yeah.
I've had some
I'm
like, where I'm just like, it's like your dick not working when you're trying to have sex. You're just kind of like, I'm just gonna go home.
Yeah, I guess it was
I
just
hate
the,
that. I hate that.
the
When my dick
Bluetooth.
This
doesn't work.
prostitute disappear. Yeah.
I don't know. I barely got the other one lit. I guess these are pretty old.
How old are they?
This is stand-up comedy act from the 1971.
I cried several times. Oh, Dopey.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dobie. Yeah.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
was
again,
weird.
I,
At
I actually.
first- Oh, look at that! That is so pretty.
Tom, that's your lighting. We can finally
keep-
see you.
I just keep these going the whole time.
Yeah, just keep them going.
Shooting sparks off all over the fucking place. There's like a foot between me and the
That
phone.
looks so cool.
It's like shooting all over my pants.
Just
Jono,
gonna light up. Just gonna light up.
what's Rafe's /
I
the writer's
love
biggest
it.
fuck up?
Oh, their biggest. Oh, I was gonna go with a harder joke that maybe the biggest fuck up was Rafe, but that's not fair. And I don't actually
Better
know
than a
that that's
ring
true.
light.
Oh,
Best lighting Tom's ever had.
I think the biggest
love
fuck up
it.
is feeling like they've got agents. Well, I guess they did, but feeling like they needed to have agency over the writing, like that they needed to do things to make it more palatable for consumers. And
I
that
think
to me,
There's something
is-
to that, but not needing to add.
I would
stuff, you know?
I would still say that the writers were doing that at someone's direction.
Again, Rafe and the writers was his question. Whatever the decision was behind that, to make these changes, and I get you can't make 100%, equivalency, fair enough, but some of the changes they made just feel weird. Some of them may feel like just odd, and some of them are those are synonyms, but some of them just feel like unnecessary. And like
they thought they could do better, or the audience is dumb. Yeah.
There you go. Those are fewer words than I used and better. But like, if you're making these fucking changes, why? And they don't explain some of them. And we do have this amazingly pretentious quote that like, we don't want to collect characters. So congratulations, you stop collecting a paycheck and you're fucking done. I don't want to sit here and like rain down shitty words.
No, I don't either.
Season 4 is gonna be.
There's a lot of things I really liked.
Yeah,
a lot.
I loved how they constantly called Rand the dragon instead of the Dragon Reborn. That was one of my favorites.
Oh god,
that is my.
And it was so inconsistent.
And then Luce Theron was called the Dragon Reborn, which made complete sense.
That's my happiness from the show being gone. Not because it makes people sad, but because the arrogance of the people making it is, I find gross. To think that.
Yeah.
No. Like when you're just like, oh, we don't want to collect characters.
Brian told me Peter Jackson had a sign in the writer's room that read, "This is not about you." Yeah,
that would have been
was
something.
Was Ryan in the room?
No, I've heard that story before. I think
just like,
from the Lord of the Rings movies. I've heard that before.
I mean, but that's the correct answer, right? I mean, like, you didn't make this, and you're not the first person to read this, and you're not the first person to love this, right? We're not the only fucking assholes who like this series, and we're not here to shit on it. Those who like the show, like it's not about us. It's not about you. Like, be good to what you're fucking doing.
I honestly, I may have been more upset after just like episode 6. I almost, I told you, I almost went full Tom O'Hara after they did that to Loyal, and like all the weird stuff they did in the 2 rivers, and like rushing through that, taking stuff away from Perrin. Like, I was really excited for that too, and it was the whole build up too. They didn't just do that to Loyal. I told you guys when we were reading Shadow Rising, I always thought it would be cool to see off screen Loyal and Gaul, like how it was when they got to the ways, like how they closed the way gate, like and when they first started showing that, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool, I get to see it. And then they turned it into something like terrible and horrible, like sad and like unnecessary. What?
Yeah, never go full
Dan
Tom
said you
O'Hara.
should never go full Tom O'Hara.
It's not recommended.
I don't know. It's a good way. It's a good thing.
You literally can't turn back.
Yeah, episode 4 again, solid. Like, they were doing things right finally, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really funny to watch those ratings for us. Ratings. Cresting. And then all of a sudden, like, the one that they thought was like the Battle of the 2 Rivers was us, like, I could literally defecate and be happier about. Well, that's not fair. But like if
there was awesome parts of that. I really liked Perrin and Fael's chemistry. I thought they were great together. There's some parts of the fight. Awesome. There's some really good stuff. But then at the end of the day, you're just like, what the fuck was that?
Well, that's how you know that they missed the soul of the show. Is that I liked Fael, or the soul of the books.
Yeah.
How did they reconcile Perrin getting with Fael when he was in love with the queen?
They didn't.
That's just separated the characters. Good to go.
They didn't.
Joe, I'm gonna.
They put Rand and Perrin and Egwene back together after Falm.
What?
Yeah, I know. Tom,
like romantically?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though
we never explained that to you. It's one of our most hated things in the season.
They also like we didn't
I don't even know how to sum it up fastly, but like Rand and Egwene are back together, and then he's still having sex with Lanfear in his dreams, and Egwene sees them. So they basically made Rand a cheater.
So funny.
Yeah, they turned Rand into a cheating piece of shit.
Yeah, like have a weird scene. Where she was like, "You were having sex with a Forsaken," and he's like, "Yeah."
so they really got Rand's character accurate. That's great.
Yeah.
The lead of the series, the core of his character, they fucked that up.
Yeah.
You know what's so sad? I bet that Yosha hated that. He's a full-on book fan. He's super into it, and he loves Rand. Like, he probably hated that. Or I don't know. Who knows? I shouldn't put
It's
that on
so
him.
disappointing because it could have been really good, but
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, question for you guys then. Assuming this stays dead and they don't hashtag save what?
Save twat.
they're not saving it. It's not happening.
I know.
Where are they submitting Where are they submitting all those petition and the petition to, and like
Well,
the thing that
I
they're
got it
signing?
pulled up.
and
We can
stuff?
we can.
One North Pole Lane.
Oh, okay.
So this is
Santa Claus.
this is the site that they've
Okay.
created.
Okay.
You can go to take action, and there's like things to do where it's like sign this
Ooh,
petition, submit fan
Oh,
video, like put your
that's a nice
social media
looking
video up
site.
of how much you love it. You know, kind of write
Uh-huh.
letters to love letters to what, stuff like that.
Okay,
So
but
there's things you can do to help.
where do all those things go though? Like where are
The
they?
North Pole.
Now, where's
Where are
the
they directing
petition
them?
going?
Yeah.
I into let me
The fan videos, like, are they just
I
going to make
think- No, they have like all right. So the letters go to Sony, Amazon, and then to other streaming services to like try to get
I
some
think that
other
her
streaming
question is still
service
a good
too.
one. Like, who is Sony? Right? Like, are you sending it to like?
Maybe it'll be
Someone whose
on.
name
You
is
can
just
Maybe it'll be
send
on
mail
Tubi.
to companies.
uh,
They will be on Tubi.
They do have departments at companies, Jono, that pay attention to this stuff.
Yeah, what are you talking
I would
about?
sign
And
it,
then
but I'm
there's
I'm not allowed to
this kind
sign
of
petitions.
ratings.
we should
But,
send
you know,
our
it compares
we
it-
should send our
compares it
entire
to other-
podcast, our entire the library of 430 episodes.
This is why we love. Well, I'll just start submitting every episode of our podcast.
I gotta say, when I had my
Did you want
audio
videos
issues-
about how much we love the Wheel of Time? Yeah, sure, I can do that.
No, okay. I was really disappointed I didn't get to talk about the gas leak here. That would have been a lot of fun.
Mr. Sony at Sony.chunk.
You have a gas leak at your house?
No.
Yeah, for an entire season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were carrying it on, but waiting for you to come back, and then we finished.
Yeah. I would have
You
been
know
real.
what I mean?
I would be super curious to see if they were just like if they brought in another showrunner and he was like, "This is what we have to do," and like just sledgehammer everything back into place in like 3 episodes.
It'd be amazing.
Then he
Yeah.
interrupted Rand getting cussed out by a queen by killing the squash girl.
That's true
That's
too.
right, Tom. That was some of
Yosha's
The
best
most-
acting.
best acting. I mean, like I loved seeing him do
Yeah.
that as Rand. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
Save what? Save twat.
that's right, Liam.
We all know
that's
what you
right.
mean, save twat. Liam.
Thank you, Liam.
Jono, you want to read from your Bukowski?
Yeah. All right,
Yes.
it's time for that exciting segment. I picked it up earlier, and where I read from Charles Bukowski's Women, a book that Alan and I share in our confusion in love.
Alan, remind me.
This is from page 30. There was one I had noticed, older than the others, with protruding teeth, but her teeth protruded perfectly, pushing the lips out like an open, passionate flower. I wanted my mouth on that mouth. She wore a short skirt, and her pantyhose revealed good legs that kept crossing and uncrossing as she laughed and drank and tugged at her skirt, which just wouldn't stay down. I sat next to her. I know who you are, she said. I was at your reading. Thanks, I said. I'd like to eat your pussy. I've gotten pretty good at it. I'll drive you crazy. What do you think of Allen Ginsberg? Look, don't get me off track. I want your mouth, your legs, your ass. All right, she said. See you soon. I'm in the bedroom upstairs.
It worked. That was a great line. That worked fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
I was saying save
impressive.
twat after the first season. We've been saying save twat for a while.
Yeah.
Again, season 3 was a way better show. If they had
Yeah.
had a season 4, it could have been even a way better show. So I mean, like, I don't know. It does feel like they were kind of cut short.
Can I just say
Tom?
real quick that Lindsay came and waved at me at the door to let me know that she was going upstairs to take, and so I needed to come take the baby. But usually, like, she goes up, gets all ready, turns the lights out, gets everything set. So I waved at her to open the door, and she opened it. And then I'm talking to her, and she was like, and then I had to repeat myself, and she's like, huh? hold on. And then she took out her noise canceling AirPods. What did she think I was trying to do? I'm having audio issues in real life.
Now, who is Lindsay?
That was my wife.
No, I've never heard of her.
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
What were we talking about?
Oh, we're talking about Charles Bukowski. That can't be right.
Oh, assuming the show
Michael
stays
Jackson.
dead,
Yeah.
would you want another? We got sidetracked with the Save What website. Assuming it stays dead, do you want another show done better? Do you want a cartoon? Do you want a series
The
of
answer is
movies?
yeah.
I would take
All right.
I would take literally anything, and I would take it tomorrow. Obviously, that would not work commercially, but like, yeah, so absolutely.
Yeah.
You just have to be league average. You don't even have to. It doesn't even need to be great. Just be like kind of on the right path. Do okay.
Yeah.
Have a
That's the best
showrunner
part.
that insists on an explanation for a change when a writer makes a change.
Thomas Noise confirmed.
The only way it's going to get picked up
AI twat show.
somebody is a fan. If somebody high up is a fan and was jealous that Amazon got it,
Mm-hmm.
and they want it.
Oh, for a revival?
It's the only way
I mean,
no one's going to do it just because they think it's a good investment or something. They're going to do it because I think that's the only way it's going to get picked up.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Peter Jackson was a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, right?
Right.
What about the people that did Game of Thrones, or was George R. R. Martin heavily involved from the very beginning?
He was pretty heavily involved, and that kind of diminished as it went further. But I believe that they were fans. Like, they came to him with the idea. They had been, I forget their names, W and Benioff. Like,
And
they were.
and then we know that Sanderson was involved in this, but we've definitely
So
seen
that's another
interviews
thing.
where he felt
I-
his concerns were dismissed at times, and he doesn't like the decisions
Yeah.
they made. He should have been the overriding voice for everything, or
Yeah.
Harriet
Or
Maria
Harriet. If
something.
only that like person who was the editor, or Alan, Amy, and other people that actually exist have done all the work and have decades of knowledge.
Or would we think
I-
that they can't afford Sanderson to have him be that
In fair,
involved? I mean,
Sanderson's
honestly,
pretty expensive.
that's what I
But-
mean. Like, because it's not his
but-
work, and he's like, I'm not
Oh, a
going to
good
spend
video
all day
game would
here
be
every
cool.
day doing this, unless you pay me a lot
But I
of
think
money.
that Sanderson actually like there are many criticisms to level at Sanderson, both for some of his things being formulaic and some of the stuff he did within twat. But he's a legitimate fan who legitimately cares about the work that he did and that Robert Jordan did because of his
Yeah,
influence
he would
on us.
want
Yeah.
explanations for changes. He would want explanations for story choices. Like
You can see that. Like, one
And
of
then
the
it-
best things I've ever seen from him. Like, did you see the? Yeah, you did. The behind the thing, like when he and Matt Hatch had the after season 2 watch, right? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Tom, like that was like the most because there are some things I'm like, oh, it's a Brandon Sanderson thing that are almost satirical. This was like, fuck yeah, he knows what he's fucking doing and what he's talking about. I loved that, and the fact that he got flack from people was very frustrating. Funny, but frustrating to me that he had dared to espouse opinions.
I think we have a very small community that we move in here where everybody likes it. You know what I mean? I
for the
think
best.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
but I just think that the feelings of the community in general probably don't reflect the feelings of the world at large, and then even like Brandon Sanderson,
Right.
and then
Mhm.
you know, it's
Okay,
crazy.
I know several people who
Brag.
yeah, I know. I do. I know several people.
Yeah.
Not only do I
I
just know
also
them,
know more than
but they
one
are
person.
non-book
Wait, hold on
readers.
a second. There's 3 of us here. How many more?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know them.
All right, that's better.
I don't really know them. I made them up,
Okay. Yeah.
and I
Go
haven't,
on.
I haven't gotten
Okay.
to know them yet.
What do
But-
they look like?
Non-book readers, show watchers, loved the show. One of them, I told him about the cancellation, sincerely upset. Like, and then this is an older, not like a young person, an older person.
Was it
you know.
Tom? Because Tom was pretty upset.
Yeah, Tom's pretty upset.
knew it was
No,
Tom.
so some people just watching the show, not knowing anything about
Yeah.
what it's originally about, loved it. So
Good.
and
I
genuinely
don't know.
upset that it's been canceled.
It's funny, serendipitously, or the opposite of Joe and I had made plans with our wives to go out Friday night.
Yeah.
So I was
Me and
over.
John got to hold each other in our arms and cry.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
At the
found
Derby?
myself-
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't hold yourselves in each other in arms and cry at the Derby. You'll get shot.
I know.
Nope. I found
It's a
a
scary place,
potential.
the Derby.
I found a pretty a man who was telling me I'm pretty straight, but I like you a lot. As Joe's wife unbuttoned my shirt throughout.
Yeah, classic
every 30
thing that Lauren and Jono do is that every 30 minutes as he gets drunker, she'll be like, "It's time for another button."
Yeah.
So he's not wearing a
so
shirt.
awesome.
Shouldn't have worn a short sleeve button down shirt.
What were you thinking?
Yeah. Next thing I know,
Why don't you wear a Velcro shirt?
just one loop at every minute.
Yeah.
So shooting pool with this guy, Tyler, very ostensibly straight man, was spending way too much time with me, telling me that he was straight, but also how much he enjoyed my vibe, if you know what I mean. Spent way more time than he needed to. So anyway, that being said,
Simeon Mitchell Butler for Caprice. And
these are the things that make the Wheel of Time click. But so Joe and I had a long time to commiserate, and then I passed out on the floor, and he talked with my wife afterwards. But a long time to commiserate about the show and to laugh and to just like, what the fuck expletive over and over about it. And I remember half of it. So
wow,
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I don't know. Still have just like a melange of thoughts that don't really make sense of like, was this the right or worse situation?
So much of the books is descriptions of things that just gets cut by making the thing. Couldn't agree with that sentiment more. Like,
you mean
yes,
just like
you have to cut a lot of stuff, but a lot of it's just
mean,
like, this is what the fucking building looked like and what they're wearing.
Know,
And
you,
that's done in a millisecond of visual communication.
Yeah.
25% of the book is just a background shot.
Yeah.
Done. You did it.
Yeah.
In fairness, they did make very pretty scenery, largely, other than the blight. And
yeah,
other
for
things.
sure.
Yeah, they definitely enjoyed the location scouting. That worked. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you'd done it in America, you wouldn't have 100% terror.
We've said this a lot of times, but like the costumes are amazing. The acting was 99% of the time was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, budgetarily, they didn't have room for like a billion extras in the background a lot of the time, but that's okay. That's every show, kind of thing. But I thought they did a really good job of showing the scope of the land a lot of the time. Like they would start far away and then come in at like, we're on a street now, but like, they'd show all of Tarvalon and be like, this is where you are,
Yeah, and they would show vast swaths of different, like scenery, topography. I did hate how they kind of did the map a little dirty to my mind about, some of the distances they would travel to get places, but that's not really the biggest issue that's happened in the entirety.
No. Also, that wouldn't have been an issue at some point. They would have just been traveling.
True too.
For the most part.
But I it's very entertaining to just kind of look back where we were 6 years ago when all this shit was going on, like before like the show actually came out, how excited we probably were, but also how much like trepidation we probably felt. And now we're at the end of that, like, well, this could have gone better. Like, I would like to actually find one of those episodes where we were prognosticating poorly.
I remember I submitted a Twitter question for a Q&A with the Wraith when I was getting fitted for my tuxedo for Jono's wedding.
Oh.
It's outside in the
Did he read your question?
Of Macy's smoking a cigarette and like waiting for my appointment time. That was a long time ago.
That was either late 2017 or early 2018.
Yeah, I think that.
Okay,
yeah,
they
addressed that question. I don't remember what it was though.
How many seasons do you have before you're canceled?
We were all so excited.
Yeah,
so excited.
Like probably three. Yeah, we were all so excited. Yeah,
what a time!
I was mostly nervous about how well they would do it, but
But
was
like our
excited.
nerves, I don't know if we expected him to fail in this way, right? Like to
Mhm.
fail by missing like certain pieces of like the fabric of the show, right? Like of the books, to not really like, I don't know.
The
Get
Phantom
your
will last as long
characters.
as tWoTcast lasts. We're never gonna die.
Yeah.
That's a side topic
know,
I wanted
a
to
year-
discuss
a year
with you
from now,
guys.
we're
What do
gonna
you
be the
think's
only-
gonna happen to all the other podcasts?
We're all gonna crumble into dust.
Oh,
I mean, there's a lot like our friends, the Puppet Boys. You know, like they cover the books, they do other
I think-
stuff. There's
Yeah.
there's a lot
of-
that'll stay around probably, but like
I think there are a lot of niche
there's a lot of shows that we're just doing
that are
like
that
book
are
stuff or show stuff.
that do their own thing they'll be around.
Yeah,
I hate that. I like this community. They're good people. Most
Well,
of them.
yeah,
Hopefully TV centric like transitions to something else.
yeah.
You could just transition to stalking all the actors from the show and their new projects and whatever they do.
That's true.
just keep it rolling.
I was
You
jerking
gotta
off
watch
some
Gran
Yosha
Turismo.
show. Yeah. I mean,
I'm not even
hope
lying.
that
There's
these characters-
probably an audience for that. Like if there was a weekly show and that spent 20 minutes talking about what Yosha's up to this week, Taffy would watch it.
It's called What Are They Doing Now?
I would watch it.
What are they doing now is great.
What are they doing now?
Yeah, you should definitely grab that IP right now.
Can you? Okay, that needs to go on MySpace right now. What?
Anything that's posted on our MySpace page is considered copyrighted material, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
they-
So, go, Tom. Will you please update it? And Joe, will you please let the viewers know where they
I
can
can't
find?
tonight. I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
tonight. I'm on my phone. I don't have my laptop.
Oh, okay. Well, I've made notes here,
My
so
2007
I'll send
laptop.
these to you.
Yeah.
We're talking about myspace.com/tWoTcast. It's the new Twitter. It's where you get all your what are they doing now news about the news, the actors of the show and where they go,
What
and
if we
what
make it
happens after the
what if we
wheel of
make it
time is gone.
an Us Weekly style magazine, but only about actors that were on the show?
Okay, I guess we know what we're doing next
should
week.
make
An
that
Us
segment
Weekly
of our
style,
show.
an Us Weekly style video magazine.
Every
We get-
single time one of them does a new project, we're gonna
We could do
start
a
our
section.
show
We could do a
off with
section that's
what are
like
they doing now?
Yeah, twats that are twat like us, and like it'll be a picture of like Lan getting a cup of coffee, Lanfear walking her dog.
Yeah. Daniel Haney's just walking around with his sword.
Ah, I'm super into this idea.
That's so great.
Hmm.
Oh my god,
All right, yeah.
that's gonna be wildly successful.
Worst part is it might be.
It's going to. All right, so this is
It'd
next
be more
week.
successful than this.
Yeah,
Maybe we
that's
just make
not a
it.
real tough bar to clear.
Maybe we should just make it a segment on our show.
AOL. You have what?
You were gonna say something, Tom, and then I interrupted with
Man.
laughter.
No, I think that was it.
Bye, Dovey.
Yep. Bye, Dovey.
I'm really trying to
Oh, cool. Bye, Dovey.
kick around this online
Oh,
YouTube
man.
show entertainment magazine idea. We're gonna need a lot more graphics and music, like things that
done.
spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meets
Just
Bit.com.
Like the old
Things
Super
that
Friends thing where
spin.
the head comes in and out.
Yeah, Jonathan's gonna need a green screen.
Oh, for sure.
Over here. Yeah.
Oh my God! What if we just find out where they all live and Jonathan does a weather report for all their houses?
Yes. I'm all in.
It's really coming together. I'm writing all this down right now. Weather
Yeah, we're good.
report,
You know what's funny?
screen.
At the end of this episode, I was just gonna say Tom's gonna come up with something for us to do next after this, but like we did it.
Yeah.
Did it live on the show.
Tom is the ideas guy.
I have so many more too.
Glenn just asked, "Am I drawing a new logo with all four of our faces?" I don't know.
No, I'm only a special
Very
guest.
possible. It's very possible.
Why?
Women,
Just stay.
women can't be on twat.
Nah,
That's
just
correct.
stay.
That's correct. Yeah.
We could do a summer movie preview and talk about every project that every actor from the show has coming back, and a winter movie preview, and a spring and fall.
And what
And their
about
fashion.
some past stuff too?
We could do a Who Wore. We could do a Who Wore It
Yeah, like I
Better.
said, Gran Turismo. We can watch that.
Yeah, and then
Let's watch
like I told
Yoshi's
you-
movie.
Like I told
Power
you, the guy,
Rangers.
Tom.
Yeah, Power
Tom-
Rangers.
The guy who
Yeah.
played Tom Maryland. He was in a horror movie called Moloch.
What we
Oh,
call
yeah.
what we
in,
call
like,
reviewing their old stuff?
Denmark or
Flashback,
something?
twatback,
Twat back.
Yeah.
Back twat? Flash twat.
flash.
What
Flash
about
twat.
X-Men?
Flash twat.
Watch James Bond. What about X-Men? I mean, we do need to talk about X-Men, Tom.
we can.
Again, I'm all in on Survivor season 11. I am very, very serious about that. I think that would be very fun to watch Rafe in nature. I have no idea about the man.
I'm on board. It's just hard to do.
Why?
Mhm.
It's either a show no one's ever seen, or they have seen and they
We
already
could
know
just
what
pull
happened.
clips of Rafe out, and
We can do
Also,
like
we don't
one.
we don't have to actually watch it before because I don't know.
I would watch
I
it.
don't
Yeah.
watch reality TV,
we're not gonna make.
so I don't
We're
know if
gonna.
I'd
We're not gonna
follow
make me
through.
watch.
Yeah,
Survivor.
I've never seen an episode of Survivor.
Okay.
It's hard to figure out how it would work.
That's a good point. I haven't
I'll figure
thought
it
that
out.
far because I don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I mean, we could we could do a watch party.
We can't start our entertainment magazine until it's got to be at least 6 months from now anyway.
Yeah, we got to get a publisher.
Everyone has to
Let's
have
talk
you
about how the
and
guy with
Dawn.
an IQ of 73 has become the most powerful X-Man. Good old Iceman.
Speaking of Iceman,
Yeah, you could totally do an Iceman slide.
Iceman slide, yeah.
Yeah.
We could find out
Taffy,
which
you
projects
disappoint
are-
me. You disappoint
Hey,
me.
you know, you invited
don't.
me here.
It
All
was an
right.
Omega
She
meeting.
doesn't disappoint me
times.
at all. Taffy, you're doing a great job. I agree with you.
Thanks.
I think I
completely.
invited you here.
Several times you did. That's what I was pointing out.
And then and
You
you're doing
invited me.
this?
You should.
Oh man.
I think
could-
What Are They Doing Now might be Jono's greatest idea.
I think it really is.
It's a high bar. It's a high bar. The other options have been reading smut from a book from the 60s or 70s,
Yeah.
really.
I like
Yeah.
that very
And
much.
a dick calendar.
Oh yeah, what
um,
about the Dick calendar? Hello. You haven't
don't-
given us anything from that.
All right. I don't think Tom has seen this. Oh, he's gone.
Alexander
Where the
Willem and
fuck
Olvera
is
Morte
Tom?
were in a
Tom,
miniseries
come
together
back. We're
called The
looking at
Head.
the Dick calendar.
It's true. The Head is actually a decent show. The first season. The second one's been
The head. What's that?
not so great. The name, immaculate though. There are no
Pretty
complaints.
good.
Yeah. So this is the illustrious month of February. Should we wait for Tom? Because I don't think Tom has seen
Yes.
this.
Yeah, we'll wait for
Yeah,
Tom.
he
Yeah.
needs. Yeah.
Save it for
Alright.
Tom.
Yeah.
All right. So you're
In the
talking about
meantime,
show, the
I have
Head-
I have an excellent question for you now that Wheel
Yeah.
of Time has been canceled. Do you think iWatt or Sony is going to make that Wheel of Time movie they were talking about doing? How far along is
Movie?
that? Do we know?
movie.
And
Yeah, they were
video
going to
game?
make a movie. And does it
And a
start
video
Billy
game?
Zane?
An animated movie.
No.
That
think
would
it
be
was live
cool.
action.
I would love to see. I'd love to see animated stuff.
So anime is like the like in a good way, like the low hanging fruit, right? Like you don't fuck it up. Like
Mhm.
you don't have to pay for all these actors. You can kind of like just get good voices, and as long as you have a good story, which that exists, you would think that would be a pretty like
Yeah.
achievable thing.
Mhm.
Again, it's
Joe and I were
suspect
just
that I-
talking
okay.
about some recent I was telling him about Predator, Killer of Killers, and I sent him a trailer
Yeah,
for it. It looked
yeah.
awesome. He sent me the Terminator show that was animated. Looks fucking bitchin'. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
can,
that was
like
pretty
there's
cool.
so much more
Terminator
freedom
Zero.
Joe was talking about where you can like they
Oh,
they don't
T-Row?
pay as much
Yeah, you can
attention to
kind
the
of, like-
animated stuff, so you
Yeah.
can do more.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Less like studio bullshit
Yeah,
coming down on them,
intervention and
probably.
all that.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing is very. I want them. I just don't trust iWatt, right? And I hate sounding like the dumbest.
Iris said, "I would hope all spin-offs are still on the table," but that's exactly
Iris is
what
correct.
I feel.
I would
Jono.
hope as well.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just don't have faith that what I was trying to point out with this like really shitty timeline is that it seems like everything that a certain group, and it's not just, I'm not sure exactly. First, I thought it was going to be a fucking airplane reference with the Show You're Not Serious.
They will make the Outrigger novel
That
or
would
a
be
movie.
amazing.
Sorry.
But like, everything I watch and their other names has been has touched. Has been a bit of a fucking disaster, to put it mildly. Whether it's just infringement upon what the show's rights probably could have been legally, or the show, like just in general, and obviously they won that battle, so maybe I won't say anything about that. Like, it just to me, like they kind of fucking suck. But on the other hand, they are very much a rapacious group in a good way. That's not good. So they want money. So hopefully they want a good product that at least makes them money. I just haven't seen that yet.
I mean, someone said it in the chat earlier, but like it does seem like they just are happy to just sit on the rights and wait for it to make them money at some point.
It's true.
You know, like
maybe they're the smartest investors out there. Like they'll just buy it, hold it, just wait for someone to get desperate and fuck it.
Robert Jordan said he didn't like it, so we're not going to do anything with these rights.
Yeah, it worked though, right? I mean, like.
Yeah,
putting out a bullshit pilot at 11 o'clock, but with Billy Zane, which was incredible.
They also were responsible for the comic book, so like they're
and how did those go?
Well, they're done well. They just didn't like get super popular.
They weren't on time. That's the thing that pissed off Robert Jordan to start with, though, is like they were late. They were fucked up over and over and over, and only eventually, when they were called to fucking account, did they actually start putting them out timely. Like that was his original grievance.
Oh,
there
I
was
didn't
so
know
much
that.
going on there.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'd want it to be anime style per se, but I don't know about 3D computer animation either. Although that has come like leaps and bounds and way better than it.
How far is a leap and a bound for coming?
They make very cool stuff. But I mean, like,
yeah.
If they make it too real looking, it's got that like Polar Express like Uncanny Valley kind of vibe to it. And then if it's not like I want like a Pixar type Randall Thor running around either. So it's like, kind of like where you.
What if they turn them all into weird animals, but still call them the same names?
Sure.
I want Wheel of Time. I want the Wheel of Time that looks like Akira.
God,
Akira?
The greatest thing ever made.
That would be so rad.
Now, I don't know what Akira is because I don't have a kid.
Oh, well, no, this is pre-kid
anime. This is
I don't watch
1980.
Anything that looks like, that animation looks cool. It's influenced by Akira.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Sorry, the only animation that looks cool is Scooby-Doo episodes.
And influenced by Akira.
Wait, can you say
that was the 70s.
Like Scooby-Doo? Can you say that like Scooby-Doo says it?
Raggy.
You're so dumbly good at that.
Yeah.
Not that it's a hard voice, but like you're perfect.
It's so good.
Thank you.
You know what the eyes kawaii? What?
Oh,
like
that's an Ice to Die joke.
Reboot. Jesus Christ. That's some niche. I don't think anyone's gonna know what that is. Except me. It was really early computer. It was like when they first figured out how to make computer animated cartoons, basically. It's like
okay. Reboot.
Computer animated cartoons, yeah. So there was like 3 characters in that because that's all they could process. You know what I mean?
Oh, all right.
So it was just,
Tom is not here yet, so I'm just holding this dick calendar in my lap, and it's
speaking of the word dick.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom's back. Oriental setting.
So Tom, in other segments, because you've been gone, I had to make up things. There's a new segment called Dick Calendar.
Okay.
Because Shanda got me this, and this is February.
Ooh. We've been anxiously awaiting this. He's riding a dick dragon.
It's not February.
Wait,
no, we're going slowly through.
That face looks like the dragon. I forgot his name.
What's going on behind it?
Dragon.
Ooh, it's an interesting
Maybe
question.
That's where they got the whole concept for the movie franchise.
Smiling Pile of Poop?
How to Train Your Dragon from that.
Wait, John, let me blow you up.
It's reddish, to be very honest. It's not a great sign. You gotta want to get that fixed. So, Tom,
That is fantastic.
I'm more
Process
concerned about
behind
it
this
coming
is-
out of the back.
we were going to send this to
Can't
Alan
believe you
and
can
Amy.
make an animated Home Alone series. Is there an animated Home Alone series? How do I not know about this?
There was the Nintendo game.
Oh,
But we all know how
Everything
Akira was inspired by Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everything was
Obviously.
inspired by Harry Potter. It's the original
so we're-
story. It's the story as old as stories.
Stories old as story.
You know,
Connie
I
does
can't-
The Boy Who Lived.
That's-
Do you know how many times he almost dies? Gets out of a lot of jams, a lot of tight spots. How to drain your dragon.
Ah,
Oh, good one.
I just did that.
If anybody looks at the
Jerked
picture,
off.
that the face on that looks just like the I'm glad my kid can't hear me saying that I can't remember the name.
Yeah, the speeders are in Star Wars are just it's all based on Quidditch.
so when they wreck, it's all right. They've been hit by a block.
Yeah,
All this is easy.
It's all right.
Luke is the boy who lived. Come on.
yeah, everyone knows that. Luke's the boy who lived. Can't say his dad's name.
Sleeps with his sister almost. Wait a minute.
We know you meant from Jono's picture.
Just so you know, that's not my picture.
Jono would have fun Google image searching cock rock.
I know.
Don't do that. Don't do that now.
I know Arosa really liked the show. Is there anybody else here
Yeah,
who
who else
wants to tell us
liked
that they're
the
upset
show?
about the show? Because we care about
I am
that.
upset. I am
Yeah,
on
again,
some level. I am upset.
Yeah.
It's just I just
It took
don't.
It took me a minute.
There's
to
a
get
lot that
upset,
there's so
actually.
much that I don't like about it that I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
like maybe if it gets done
upset,
again.
Yeah, I'm not happy.
Do you think it's
I
going to
would-
be like a Sony does the Amazing Spider-Man like a year after the Tobey Maguire movies kind of thing, and they're just going to redo it, or do you think they're just going to be like, yep, leaving that alone for the next decade, and we'll see how it
I
goes?
don't
you
know.
Like,
I mean,
how long
'cause-
do you think before we have a new?
I
I
think,
think it's
fine.
the latter.
I think if you're going to do it on Amazon, you would at the very least wait until Rings of Power has run its course.
Yeah.
Having both at the same time was a weird choice.
I have no idea why.
Yeah,
they did
that
That
was.
was so weird to me too. I agree.
Okay,
They
let's
just
see
had
which one
all
The
hits.
news
fantasy.
practically ruined my camping trip.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Iris.
Beach said he's still pretty choked up.
Oh, okay.
I'm upset not only because I love the show, but because we won't get another one for at least a decade. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think these are the right call. Like that's. I don't
It might
know
be
if I did a
less
great job
in this day and age.
Yeah, that's what I
might
was
be
saying.
less.
It could be a fast turnaround. Like,
But still,
and if Sony, I mean, I heard somewhere, I don't remember where. Sorry, Jono, but Sony is like kind of done doing TV, and that's kind of half of that. That's one of the things that they were
Look,
like,
Here's
can
the
we
deal.
get out of this somehow?
Just put us in charge, and it'll be fine.
honestly, that's I can't disagree. I haven't fucked up anything in years.
Yeah, that's true. John,
I'll
what were
give
you
you
gonna
a,
say? Sorry.
we'll give you a rough outline and the ideas of what to do, and then you just execute it.
Yeah,
Then
they
if you do
rebooted
something
Spider-Man
dumb-
after a year. That's kind of
If
what
you
I
do
was
something
saying,
dumb,
yeah.
we'll just be like, no, change that back.
Here's the deal. So there's this thing I'm literally looking at. It's called The Eye of the World. It's a decent template for what to do with the first season. I don't
Maybe
know.
for the
That's
next,
just me.
maybe for the next little while, we should just do writers' rooms where we explain how to do it.
I mean,
That's what we do with the show.
I
It was
guarantee
boring
we could take
bullshit.
every book of that series and break it down into episodic nature very quickly and cover the whole series. And then
Yeah, let's-
figure out what to
we'll-
cut, and then figure out what books to bring closer together so it's not 14 seasons. I bet we can. I bet we can do it.
We'll do
no
Eye
one
of the
wants
World
to
next
listen
week.
to that.
Everybody. Well, first of all, everybody wants to listen to that. Second of all, nobody's listening to this. And third of all, everyone in the chat can participate in the roundtable discussion about how to do it.
I mean, who would be better equipped to do that? I think it's a fantastic idea. So that's going to go on the notes
It's good.
for the fan club.
I
Okay,
would love
so
to see
everybody
these
gets to
notes.
participate.
You
The
can
writers
hear all
round
about that over on
table.
myspace.com/podcast. It's the new Twitter of time, everybody.
Yes, and that's where you can
And
sign up
myspace.com
if you would like to
/sing with Taffy.
participate in the roundtable. So make sure you sign up on MySpace.
By the way,
That's
Tom,
the only
I
place
don't
to
remember.
sign up. That's the only thing.
I don't
place to
remember
check.
why, but I know it was you and me. I don't remember why, but it was one of the dumb movies we were watching, and for some reason, this is one of our banners. We had it up on one of the Christmas episodes.
Probably
Full
for,
spoilers on
uh,
Santa Claus.
I would guess Silent Night. That would be my guess.
Or Violent Night.
Violent
Violent
Night.
Night, yeah.
Did you know? First of all, I've logged into
What is
MySpace
that?
at least 4 times this calendar year, which is insane. Second, when you go to it and scroll down on your mouse, it scrolls sideways, and it makes me so angry.
The formatting
we're
on that
bringing this
website
website
is
back.
bizarre.
We're bringing it back.
Finn said, "Hear me out." One word: puppets.
Ooh.
That
Honestly,
would be better. That would literally, if we got Dan and Ryan to do it,
like Jen
it
Henson
would
level?
be better. No.
Imagine the Trollocs as like Sesame Street. It'd be amazing.
Hey, there's already a Big Bird Trolloc. There you go. Halfway there.
Is Tom's only friend Tom? No.
So
What was,
he's also got
We're friends with Sing with Taffy.
yeah.
I think we have 3
Hilariously
friends.
enough, we do have like 5 or 6 people on there.
I think it's 3, maybe 4.
All right.
Oh,
it's
has
4.
any?
Well, including
Please
us.
let us know. Has
Our
anybody
group, I mean.
signed up and we haven't connected with you? Please let us know, and we will remedy that
When Rand
immediately.
loses his hand, you just rip it off.
Oh,
All the blood can be little red streamers.
What was
Be
that?
good. Be good.
What was that movie
Yeah.
that we always joked about, like doing videos from, like that Most Def was in? Be Kind Rewind.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just
That
make a
would be-
wheel
that
time
would be
show
fantastic.
of that quality, and I would be thrilled if it was like kind of good.
Most. I love how you're like most deaf. I mean, it's a Jack Black vehicle. We all know.
I couldn't remember if Jack Black was. I couldn't remember if I was conflating that with High Fidelity for some reason.
oh God,
No,
I feel
yeah.
like-
Most
Jack Black
Def
and-
is a good actor.
Most Def's great.
Yeah.
Love Most Def.
Also, he's the lead of that movie.
Oh,
I
okay.
know.
I haven't.
Just fucking with you.
Joe had a Halloween costume, and he doesn't want me to tell you this, where he went in blackface as Joe's Def.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's
So
Joe Steph, I
Joe-
called it.
Joe is sexist and racist.
And
Correct.
Rackus. There's a
And
C.
that's just Joe.
Taffy.
No one else here would fall into both of those categories.
See,
at
we can
once.
shoot a Wheel of Time TV show right here if Taffy didn't live not here.
I swear to God,
Oh,
I'm not
we could
positive,
totally.
but I
do
may still have the
that.
same
Yes.
email address from my
Just
MySpace days.
just reactivate your old MySpace accounts and be friends with us.
Somehow they hacked my computer just because I was thinking about signing up on MySpace.
Just turn it down.
The hackers are on the lookout for anybody trying to sign up. They're like, this person's obviously an
MySpace.
idiot.
Well, this will be easy. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's gonna make
Vulnerability
it.
scan.
Look, it's gonna
Yeah.
make a comeback.
Also, why didn't they cast Billy Zane for
It's a-
anything? Literally,
What?
not
It's
for
very
Ishmael,
upsetting.
but literally anything. Just like as a Joe. I mean, why
Would've
not?
been a
Because
good
they
idea.
don't really care about
Everyone
the
would have loved
fandom.
it.
You know how
They
much
don't
money
care
that would have
about
cost?
the
They would have been
fandom.
canceled after 3 seasons, Joe.
They should have absolutely cast him as Luce Theron. Like, Ghost. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have been canceled after 3 seasons. That's expensive.
Oh yeah. It would never have lasted
after-
3 seasons.
That's the
Okay.
that's the most disappointing part. They tried to make such a commercial show. It failed.
Maybe Zane was going to be their Asmodean. Why is
'Cause, like,
everyone
the goal
so
was
sure
to not get
Asmodean
can-
was going to be in the show?
You could have just
I
made a
don't
good one.
understand.
Because he's a character. God damn it. Hold on. Tom's got a good point, but I'm going to
they
yell.
had,
Shut
they had
the fuck
eight.
up.
They had 8 Forsaken to do.
Guess what?
They had
So
one left to
stupid.
reveal, and the only one that is of any consequence is Demandred in the end. Why on earth do people think it was going to be Asmodean? I do not understand that.
So
Because he's a
stupid to
Demon
make it
character from
Forsaken.
a
Vince.
book.
Also,
Why
why
are there
limit
8?
the amount of Forsaken?
It's
There you
so
go.
stupid.
Tom, you just say that?
Tom, you were trying
Yeah.
to say something, and then Joe stopped, and I had to yell over him.
It's just so stupid.
That's
I don't like- I understand the not collecting characters,
evil.
Like Game
but
of
there's
Thrones.
literally no reason to have less of them. 2 of them
Like
die right away.
How many characters are in Game of Thrones?
I know. It's
69.
I don't know.
Also,
Are you
like, the
trying
thing is-
so hard to not be Game of Thrones? Like,
fuck
yeah.
try a little, because it was really successful.
It was very successful.
I'm sure
we
Rafe
should
is going to
do
say that they were going to be the closest to the books next season. Just
I mean-
collecting boyfriends.
Oh,
Gotta go mod a first time book reader. Oh,
I don't know.
Have fun,
I
like
mean,
Blind and Fool.
the people that chose the locations, all the actors, the writing was good. The choices
Yeah.
weren't good. Like all
The eighth idol was clearly Asmodean.
the outfits.
yeah,
it's
we talked about this, Joe.
it's almost
Maybe.
depressing to think about how good it could have been.
Thank you, Glenn.
There's so much like the background of this, like of everything, was very, very good, right? Like the costumes, I think, are incredible. The location, like you said, is incredible.
I thought the
actors
Trollocs looked
are
really
acting
good.
great.
It was a shame that they couldn't get like money to do like. I thought the Trollocs looked
More
great, dude. In the
CG.
first season, like when they had
Yeah,
ones
the
that were
first
like
season-
running, and then some are on all fours, and like I thought they looked really
Trollocs
cool.
were better than the third season's Trollocs.
Yeah, because they kind of stopped like spending money on the Trollocs. It seemed like they were spending more and more money on like the one power, which is reasonable, but like they would have like the practical Trollocs around, but they hardly ever had like CGI
Yeah,
Trollocs.
some bad news
around
about that
back.
one too. But like, I again, like the bones of the show are actually pretty fucking good.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you know this, but I kind of like the writing direction that existed originally. And then they
How
fuck
so?
it badly. Oh, so there's a series of books by Robert Jordan that this is kind of based
gotcha. Oh, yeah.
on. And then they take their dicks out and they fuck it up. It's just
what a Myrdril second on my nipple. Yeah, the Myrdril looked really cool.
yeah.
They were genuinely terrifying.
And there's some people like there are certain actors that have like a gravitas of creepiness that is just like Fane when he's whistling, not when he's doing whatever the fuck with his dagger. Creepy. Valda, goddamn. Even though he's not the Valda I expected, he was almost better.
He was
ways.
fucking.
He was
knocked it out of
awesome.
the goddamn park, man.
Yeah,
Every time
like
Valda was
that
on the screen,
man,
I was just like, more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who played Logain, fantastic. The guy,
Yeah, he was good. Man, there was
Yeah.
a lot of good people. I mean, like again,
Imagine
like,
if
and I
we had
know
seen
Tom
him and
hates
Swan together.
that Lanfear healed her own cut throat and everything, but Lanfear was fantastic. dude.
legitimate point though. Taffy just can you imagine him
Sorry,
and
Taffy, what'd you say?
Swan? Him and Swan, you say it.
Yeah,
Well, I just said, imagine if we had seen him and Swan together.
yeah, that would have been really cool. Yeah,
How fucking
it's
weird
almost
would
like
that
they weren't in
be?
the same place at the same time when they should have been because the story was all over the place.
That doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. That doesn't make sense.
What did Beach say? Imagine Asmodean shows up with a banjo and has a duel with Tom.
That
would've been really cool.
I love it.
I just don't like,
We'll put that in the
I guess
puppet. That's going in the
I
puppet.
guess
when
everyone's
he-
sure as maybe they were going to try to combine Asmodean with Demandred, maybe somehow.
I
They
don't
were
think-
Who
combining.
knows what they were doing?
combining.
Yeah,
them.
yeah. Bodie Bob, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you trying to like?
Why
bring,
did they
like,
murder? Why did they murder Samuel? Like inexplicably.
Samuel got
and
strung
randomly?
up like a.
Like they set up the whole teacher thing, and they used Samuel instead of Asmodean. I was like, alrighty, that's weird, but okay. And then they just killed him like the next episode. And I was like, what the fuck? Isn't the whole point of this to get Rand a teacher?
I want to know what
Yeah.
Tom thinks happens in the third season because
Oh
there's
my
got to
God,
be so
dude.
much of like.
I have no
Tom
idea.
Samuel like physically
What?
attacks Rand in the waist at Cold Rock's hold, and then
Sure.
like gets beaten pretty quickly, and then they have him
Sure.
captured. And Moraine's like, "You're gonna teach Rand how to use the power," and he's like, "I'll never fucking help you" or whatever. He's says whatever he needs to say to spit in her face, kind of thing. And then, and then the very next episode, like, or maybe that same episode, I don't remember. But
Next
Moghedian
episode.
comes in and just murders him because he was
Yeah.
like captured by them. And he's like,
It's
"Oh, good, you're
true.
here. Get me out of here." And she's like, "I'm gonna kill you instead." And that was it. And we're like, "What the fuck? What?"
Strings him up by his intestines.
Just
like,
no.
again, Moghedian, fucking perfect.
Yeah.
But it's
Samuel was such a small part in the books, but he was taking the place of Asmodean as the teacher.
yeah. So I don't disagree. Samuel. And I
Maybe
do
if they
think
brought
one of my-
Asmodean in season 4 and it was gonna be like,
Samuel.
yeah,
Second
I-
to
I
substitute
lived like a
teacher.
louse and died like a louse.
I do think that there is like, if I were to actually like do the show, I would actually like try to buff up the fucking like some of these Forsaken are really not that exciting, right? And Samuel would definitely be something that you augment this. You don't take more away. You augment the things that are fucking creepy. the Forsaken are creepy as shit, and they're kind of weird side characters half the time. Like they're pretty dumb. Why wouldn't you make that more of a thing?
Why make
It's
a
scary
queen
because they're
sit
evil and
there with
powerful. You don't have to turn them into vampires and demons. Like, what are you doing?
Tom, she was using the true power.
They're literally genocidal maniacs with the power of nuclear bombs at their fingertips, and just like
they spend most of their time like.
But what if
vampire?
What if make vampire? Like,
what if make vampire, Tom?
It literally is gremlin with wings. Like, it's just exhausting.
You want an electric vampire?
Oh,
it is though. Are you talking about a lady vamp? Are you talking about a lady gremlin with a red dress and big red lips? It's in the movie. Like that's what I felt like that whole show was.
Should we do Gremlins? That's a Christmas movie, and there are definitely traps.
If only we do Gremlins.
I have picture the guy who played Dum Dum Dugan or Damien Dark. Oh, as Samuel, he would have been good.
Dum Dum Dugan is what Shanda calls my penis.
That guy is. Great.
He's old now, though. But he's
a great.
I mean, not that Samuel can't be old, but yeah, he
Taffy liked that joke more than Shanda.
It's not even a great joke. Dum Dum Dugan.
Tom, what about the world as a vampire?
Set to change.
No, man.
Secret Destroyers, Rant Out Thor. Yeah, again, we could have turned this into like a 2-3 episode arc, but
I don't want to like berate a point though. But I mean, again, like I am mostly sad.
Yeah, I'm definitely
even though I had things that I hated about it, and even though they were like, I thought season 3 was getting back on track, and I was like kind of excited to see season 4, and you know,
no, I'm there with you.
And then bitch about all the ways they fuck season 4 up, you know?
Yeah,
that's the show, right? Like, that's the fucking show. That's the point. And now they've taken that away from us, so we have to shit on other things.
I just think when you make an adaptation of something that so many people like, and you just veer so wildly away from it, you're in trouble.
It's your own fault, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go out there and find a shit ton of comments and internet says Reddit, like people that are mad. Like, if you get outside of our community, like there are people that were mad. And then I know like a lot of people that read the books, they started reading the same time I did. And I was like, oh, what do you think? And they're like, I don't like it. And they're just out. Like, they're not online. They're not saying anything. They just turned it on. They watched it. And they're like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. And I hoped it would be. And they moved on. I think it was just the choices that were made to change that didn't help it and doomed it eventually.
That's a very sober and like I don't know, normal, level-headed thing from you, Tom, and I fucking hated it and loved it at the same time.
Fantasy is very niche, and like, you know, I don't know. You can put Iron Man on screen, and like everyone will go see it. But if you're gonna put this show on TV, like you can't afford to alienate your core audience.
Well, that's the thing that like I've always like, and Joe wants to say something, and we're gonna stop him from doing so for a moment. But that's the thing that I've never understood is like there is, and I've said this like 16 times, and we're gonna do it more. Like, it's well publicized. The story has sold like 100 million books in total. All right. Take that divide it by 14, because that's how many would have been there. So you're talking 7 million. You know, do whatever the fucking math. Like, there's still a massive core audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It feels like you should probably start there.
But 90% of that core, 90% of the core audience is not online or talking about it or doing anything. They're going about their lives. They turn it on, and
are you? Hold on. If you told me, which you did a few years ago, there was a legitimate daiquiris are delicious. Don't fucking shit on that.
This math seems off. So study your math, Jono. I agree.
Well, 100 million books divided by 14 is 7. Do that fucking math yourself. Fuck right off. You can fuck right off. I know what I'm talking about here.
I don't know. She might just means the numbers you started with. Maybe
they've sold 100. Like that's like it's a pretty well thing. It may be out of date. Maybe more than willing to agree to that. But
again, it says Finn said more now that just passed the Narnia Chronicles recently.
Maybe it's less. Maybe the audience is less than we think because the binding was so poor on the original books that everybody that liked it bought so many.
People just keep buying more.
Now
I
that's
need a new
true.
book 5.
My book 4 did melt in a fucking dashboard. But anyway, the point is, like, start with 7 million people, and I fully that's total, which technically means more read it at the beginning and then quit, because that's the way that works. Regardless, you've got a massive audience to start. None of them are streaming. That's been years of time, whatever the fuck. But like, you've got a massive audience to start. Why do you not bring them into the fold? Why are they not your first fucking people that you want to make happy? Why? It just,
Yeah, it seemed like that
it's dumb.
as book readers, were kind of an afterthought, and it was really more about building the show audience, or like for people that didn't know what the books were. And it seems like kind of if you flip that coin, that's such a smarter way to build your base audience up.
It's like an assumption that we're dumb enough to watch whatever the fuck, right? Like, with these fucking book jerks, these nerds are gonna watch.
He came in and said, maybe there's not that many fans. I bought 1 million copies of each book.
Maybe, yeah.
He came in as well. But like, I don't know. Like, maybe that was the assumption, is that these dumb dicks are gonna watch whatever like schlock we put in front of them. So fuck it.
Well, a lot of them did.
Yeah,
we did.
But
the sales numbers used to determine the audience size is how many the last book sold. Is that true?
All right, fair enough. Then let's see. A Memory of Light. This is, of course, about breasts.
Who do you cater to? This 400,000 or several million over there? I mean, that's a fair point. Noman Garden, I think my point, or
you don't
Jono's
cater
point
to anybody. You assume that you have a built-in of 400K,
yeah,
and then you build from that
to get those millions of people.
That's the fakest argument.
This is what I was going to say a million years ago. Like, what in our text thread, Jono and I were talking with Dan and Ryan as well from Way the Leaf, and Ryan said something along the lines of, I never recommended the show to anybody that hadn't read the book. Like, he never was like, hey, you should watch the show. It's really good.
Ryan,
you know, like kind of thing. And just that alone is like speaks volumes.
Fucked up. I did the same. That was Ryan who said that, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I said the same thing. Like, a buddy of mine, Trav, get the fuck out of here. Trav read all the books. And like he's like, yeah, I watched the first 4 episodes of season 1, then I got, diverted. Should I go back to it? And I was like, if you want.
Yeah. If you want to. I mean, I'm like Taffy. I do know people that just watched the show and liked it. Like, I do know people that did that.
I do too. Technically, my in-laws, those pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Love them dearly.
Those people exist.
I don't have a wife. So yeah,
they're probably not the ones signing up on SaveWhat.com. You know what I mean? Like, they're the ones that were like, oh, that's a shame,
it's
kind of thing. But
right, that disconnect. I will go to Save What and definitely write my letter to Dear Santa Claus. Oh, good night, Tom.
Good night, Tom.
Good night, guys. I'll see you next week. Taffy, I'll see you next
By the
week.
way, Tom, you are on the.
Tom, yay!
Oh, I was gonna say you are on the bottom floor, dummy.
God.
Yeah. Well, you want to have some fun?
We gotta change the logo.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. It's a very troubling, not troubling. That's a way over the top term. It's disappointing because I enjoy it and I enjoy talking to people and I enjoy watching it, and I also enjoy not enjoying it, which is a dumb
inflatable in-laws.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
I mean,
in-laws
they wanted it, Liam, because he just put them in front of the TV, turned it on. YMan said, how do you tell the story when they make a side character the main character? I mean, yeah, that is tough. But in all seriousness, though, like, you need a good actor to be Moraine. You need like some gravitas. Like, you're not gonna get an audience from like a bunch of no-name kid actors. You know what I mean?
Moraine is a main character.
I mean, she is, but she's also like
guy.
Yeah. How about Alana flipping over a fireball? What the fuck?
I got her getting like killed basically twice.
3 times.
Yeah,
like it changes the stakes. It changes the like the.
Yeah, I wasn't invested. I wasn't worried. Like, I wasn't invested, or it doesn't make you feel like there's any real danger.
Yeah.
When that stuff happens, and then the whole thing with like Moraine going on and on about, I'm gonna die. Lanford's gonna kill me, or I'm gonna kill her, but she's probably gonna kill me, and then that just doesn't like nothing.
Yeah.
They have some fight, and then nothing really
One is
happens.
a blimp and the other is a wacky arm inflatable guy.
Feels like a Pinky in the Brain terrible ripoff. But
and
I
like
Iris
Joe
said my
rightfully
kids-
being upset about the fight with Nynaeve and Mo Gideon never happening, like just like why would you
They
leave
could have been
that
building
out?
to that in season 4 because like season 3
But it
and
happened
4.
on this storyline. It happened.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's all that stuff. But why do they have to? They could have absolutely made that happen.
well, let me tell you a secret. Your storyline's for cunts and chumps.
What
What are you gonna do about that? Huh?
Loyal's still
there's
following, but
nothing
he
I
found
can
the
do.
cancel button.
Oh, okay, DK Moon.
So I purposely didn't say it because I don't want to take the credit for it, and I've already made references around it. But I like when I first saw that, one of the comments I've seen was like, looks like
Iron Man
Rafe was
yeah,
voted off.
low.
Rafe was voted off because of his Survivor connection, as a joke on Survivor, and I was like, Wheel of Time, you're done. But I've never seen Survivor, so I don't know the actual nomenclature and all that shit. Or
I think it just get voted off. Right?
Are there like
I don't know.
torches or like?
Yeah, they all have a torch or something, and then they put a torch up. I think they all have tiki torches, and then someone puts a little cap
too
on
soon.
it.
I'm really excited. Like I definitely want to watch. I don't care if we watch it just in like 3 episodes. We do it in 1 or 2. Like we watch 3 episodes at a time for 1 episode of the show. I'm pretty excited to watch what this looks like because I don't know anything about Rafe besides what I've seen on like the dumb behind the scenes shit. But I'm excited to see this and see what weirdness comes out of it. Yeah, I fucking am.
I kind of am. Are we actually doing this? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We might do it.
I have never watched an episode of Survivor.
We already talked about not making Taffy or me watch the show, so.
I can't imagine. I mean, I would do anything for you, Jono, but this is like really pushing it.
Is it? Which part is it? Like your slight
reality TV. I fucking hate reality TV. I know a lot of people love it. I still love you. Anybody, any friends, tWoTcast friends that are listening, if you like reality TV, I don't know.
Again, I have never watched an episode of Survivor.
I don't like drama. I don't like fights. I don't like all the bullshit that happens with all that stuff. I'm sorry.
But
please go ahead.
It's real. No, I get that.
It's really happening.
Yeah, this is what happens when you take a lot of random ass white people and you put them in places they've never fucking seen, never been, and you artificially create something. It's real. It's real, Taffy. Hence why it's called reality TV.
I know, but I don't like real life or real people.
Because you don't like white people.
What's the Vegas line on Maxim and Rafe staying together now?
Oh shit! So that was that's a question that was definitely already asked on our independently, and I would do it. So it's a great Meatloaf references, by the way.
I bet Maxim could get some more gigs after this.
He could.
He was on a popular show.
But
he did a good job. I was just confounded why I was watching his character every time.
Yeah, he's not a bad actor.
It's not like he did a bad job as an actor. He was great.
He's handsome and shapely. But who gives a fuck? So are 10,000 other fucking people that are not like in the middle of a multi-million canceled TV show. That's the thing. Is like, it's nothing about the guy. It's what the guy represents. I don't need to see this dickhead because there's 1,000 other people that are just like him that are not Wheel of Time characters just like him.
I regularly watch reality TV. It's so awful.
Okay, well, I know a lot of people like to watch it because it is so awful. Like, they call it trash TV, and they get delicious food and sit and watch it. And I like one of my best friends does that, but I just don't get it. I think they just all make me so uncomfortable, and I don't like watching awful people.
Aaron,
why are you on this?
Yeah, why are you on our show?
You guys are perfect angels. You really are so wonderful.
I'm gorgeous, but I'm stuck on building a site right now. Building a site on myspace.com?
Yeah.
/ tWoTcasts.
Can't wait for next week. We're just gonna be like, what are they doing now?
I'm gonna. It's the best thing ever. Jono
Mostly
was
crying.
put on this earth to come up with that.
To make one joke, gonna get probably severed in just a moment. I'm gonna walk into the room, glass somehow.
I'm already
Right down the
researching what the segment's gonna be next week.
Iris said, I think I'm compensating because I never had MTV when they started that genre.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of the only reality TV I did watch is Real World. Yeah, and
I
do you
didn't
remember,
even like
like,
it then. I
13
watched some of it.
I
and
didn't.
hated
Yeah,
it.
I only watched like a little. Yeah, and then I was like, this is dumb.
Oh,
I
okay.
stopped watching.
But you're
Some
older than
people
I
love
am,
it.
Joe.
Yeah.
I to me, like my memory of MTV was just like music videos and like I remember being like 13, 14, like summer.
Real
I made jerk off
World
to a
was
music
like
video.
80s.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I mean, it
was
went
thinking about
forever.
masturbation. What's that?
Does Cops count? Yeah,
Oh,
I think
this?
so.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you look like me.
Yes.
Real World.
Now I look like
when
you.
did it start? When was the first season? It was in the 80s, wasn't it?
I don't-
80s.
Or was it really
think so.
early 90s?
80s. Well,
Yeah,
luckily
didn't it?
there's
Was
an
it like
audience for that
89 maybe?
because you're probably like 93, 94, maybe even later.
Real World start. Date.
Oh,
Oh, 92. Okay. All right. That was close.
You were
I said
Not-
80s or early 90s. I said 89 or like late 80s or early 90s. That's when it started.
feel like you're now giving yourself a wide berth. I said 80s.
I said maybe it was
Uh,
early 90s.
I
I
said,
had
hey
my
guys.
first grandchild by then.
Yeah.
I was
Taffy,
already
you look
big-
amazing for being 6,900.
Thank
I know
you.
it's
I was
that it's the
babysitting
use
my
of the one
grandchildren.
power.
I wouldn't let them watch MTV.
You know what I would
Yes.
let them watch? Porn.
Porn, of course.
You know, like they got to get sex education somewhere.
But only on
But
scrambled 80s cable porn.
just egg everywhere.
Yeah,
Egg?
scrambled egg.
Yeah, just go with egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just fucking and throw an egg on them. It's a very strange thing.
Apropos of nothing, but my son said he loved everybody in the entire world the other night. And I said, how'd you become so sweet? And he goes, eggs. I was like, what?
It's a very relevant
Egg.
point to what I just said. Yeah. Thank you, Grayson.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Also, I love the fact
Grayson.
that
Eggs.
I spent 12 hours technically in Joe's
That's-
company on Friday night.
That's
Most of
awesome.
it not at his house. His children were spending the night at a I guess tent. They were camping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were camping.
Oh,
in
they
a
were-
back, they were backyard camping.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And Grayson came in, just said hi, Jono, and then ran away.
Oh, that's so
That was
cute.
it. That was it.
That's all
It's
you.
all
That's
violent.
all you want. That's the only
Oh,
interaction
that's
you
way
want.
more than I needed. I was just lying on your couch, like
Yeah.
haven't gotten out of bed because my wife hung over. It's just like
I learned everything from Beavis and Butthead in the second grade.
Ah,
good.
okay.
also Bearish and Butthead is not a bad TV show.
The first
either.
reality TV was in Australia called Sylvania Waters in '92.
Ooh.
It's about wet bents.
How was it, Liam? Was it good?
It's about wet bents. It's amazing.
Yeah, well,
Alright.
we'll
Is
say.
Liam typing? Is Liam typing?
Well, I don't know, maybe.
Can you see if he's
No.
typing? Liam, I need to know. Was it
A
good?
little intrusive for YouTube.
Well, I don't know
What
where.
else do we have here?
Let's
I don't
play
know
some
where else
hold
we need to
music
go with
while we wait for Liam's
All right.
answer.
Yeah.
Doo,
We'll
doo, doo,
do
doo,
it.
doo,
Boop, 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 boop.
boop, boop, boop.
Hmm.
So next
It's kind of been a weird.
Boop.
We're all kind of laughing about it and mad that they fucked it all up and shit, but at the same
Yeah.
time, kind of sad episode. It's been weird.
So what's interesting is like Joe and I were texting a week ago before this news of like, what the fuck are we gonna do next?
Uh-huh.
hmm
And we never came up with an answer.
And then this
Luck-
news hit on Friday, and I was like, "Well, that's our next episode. That's what we'll be talking about."
So join us next week where we've maybe come up with an answer.
So what was the topic supposed to be this week? No, we don't know.
What are they
We
doing
know
now?
now.
Can you say it in your comic voice
There-
too for the segment? Can you record Jono saying it in his comic voice? Like, what's
What
the deal
voice?
with this? It's, what are they doing? What are
Yeah,
they
say
doing
what
now?
are they doing now? Like you're announcing the segment, Jono. And I'll use the audio for the. I'm not kidding. This is really.
You got to do it right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
What are they doing now?
That was perfect. That was excellent. Okay, we've got that. That's the first part we needed for the spot. Check.
It's not twat is the deal with that. Twat is the deal with that is this.
What is the deal?
Okay, that also needs to be there too.
Or we could do the purred happily, like, twat is the deal with what twat's going on, and twat am I twang? Doesn't make any sort of sense.
Okay, so let's sum it up.
Show canceled.
We're having a lot of mixed feelings here.
Yeah, I do have a lot of mixed feelings about it. I have mixed feelings about the show in general.
Mine
You know,
are
like,
negative.
so,
My feelings are very negative. All right, you know what? I'm sorry, I interrupted. Joe, you for the first
No,
time
I
you
was
finish. Oh,
Go ahead.
well, I'm going to go for a minute, which is my longest. I don't have mixed feelings. I have negative feelings. I hate this decision because I enjoy people being happy. I enjoy watching some parts of it. I enjoy the fact that like it's also a wonderful thing for people to come like, let's go talk about it on my show where I get drunk once a week, which in fairness, I'm going to do regardless if you guys fucking show up. I'll just get drunk. I don't know. I wanted them to continue getting better as they had done so. And I think that sucks. And I also think that it's a terrible decision of all the things going on. If you had told me like we canceled it because we left the show, you know, like the show left the books behind, like, oh, fair enough. But like the decision is bullshit related.
It really is. It's a pretty dumb reason.
The ironic part is the show wasn't really mixed anymore as they were killing off all the black people. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
that's
fans.
reckless. Of the show.
It's true.
So do you want to hear, and Joe, you should stop me in 7 seconds. Do you want to hear the speech from my wedding?
Yes.
Oh, Joe wasn't there. He can't actually stop me. Joe's daughter dared give birth a day and a half before. I feel like I shouldn't, and now I'm like, you know what? I'll do it anyway.
No, we're not. No.
No what?
No.
No for the speech?
Yeah. 100% no.
Can you guys hear the? I think the music from my Illinois Street Lounge.
Is that east of
station?
Here?
Can you guys hear that? Is that going to?
No.
That's not okay.
No.
I didn't. I was
No.
like, oops, because that's like all old copyright music. I don't know if it's going to fuck with.
No, you're fine. No. But anyway, I had a wonderful wedding speech by myself.
Give us the highlight. Give us a highlight.
I don't think I can.
The highlight is the line, is so we can't.
Yeah. It's actually very much praised by the people of non-white color at my wedding.
This is our first check-in of what are they doing now?
Nice.
Movies next Prisoner of 3 Body Problems on Netflix.
So by the way,
we're gonna start with Rosamund next week.
Well, yeah, she's got like 7 things going on, doesn't she?
So I think she might have a chance to be famous outside of the Wheel of Time.
Do you think Rosamund keeps? Do you think Rosamund keeps reading the books for the audio?
Probably.
I hope so.
She seems
I really
to really
do.
like
What
it.
if she stopped? That'd be devastating. I actually haven't listened to it yet, but I did download.
There's something about women's voices, right?
The
Joe?
first few. I mean, I just love Michael
I do
Kramer
think
and
they
Kate
were
Redding.
probably. She wasn't going to be through the whole next. If they were going to do, she was going to be gone for a couple of years anyways.
You should
probably
start with
just
Barney.
come back for a little bit for the last battle.
What is Barney Harris doing? We'll tell you next week in our segment. What are you doing now?
I'm excited for it. It's going to be great.
So dumb. All right.
It can easily be interchanged with "What were they doing?"
Yeah. What is that going to be like? Someone who dies?
No, they're old
No,
movies.
no,
and stuff.
past. We could talk about past.
Oh, I
projects.
just like the idea of like we never say he was dead. It's what were they doing
This
with that?
dungeon crawler Carl has been suggested to us multiple
What
times.
is
I don't
this
like.
dungeon
Is there
Oh, you know
something
what?
about this book series that like speaks to us or something, or that we're good for or something?
PK Moon, my
Unless-
husband is obsessed with that. He loves it. He tells
Yeah.
me about it all the time. He loves it.
So Otto Bennington has
cat-
suggested it to us. Multiple people at Jordan Con were like, "You should do these books
Yeah.
next," and I was like, "Okay, interesting." yeah.
Oh,
Listening.
oh,
A cat that's
Another
obsessed with
topic.
feet.
Yes,
you know what
Jono?
could not be fucking like really upset me as well? The fact that
Beyond
this
the
is
spotlight.
between cons. Like, I'm glad it happened after Jordan Con personally, but like, there's WatCon and I assume Malkir Con, which is in.
That's like
Liam, by the way,
September,
Liam
I
answered,
think.
and I totally forgot to put it up. We were in the middle of
Oh.
talking about something.
What
Hold
is
on.
it, Liam? Did you watch it? Did you
It's-
like it?
He didn't say if he liked it. He said, "I'm getting there, Taffy.
Oh.
I'm on a building site. Remember, it was cringy, Aussie, aspirational bogans."
I love that string of words together. That was fantastic.
Aspiration of
Cringy, Aussie, aspirational.
That was
bogans.
awesome. Thank you,
which is
Liam.
actually Joe's work password. Good luck.
Password. Okay, we need to update that for MySpace password.
Yeah, you can't figure out, but you don't know
Cell
what
phone.
it's my password for unless you're going over to myspace.com/tWoTcast. It's the new Twitter of time. We're gonna
Aspirational.
get all
bogans.
your Wheel of Time
Wheel of
news from now on.
Time news. And
And myspace.com/singwithtaffy.
yes, because I'm the
obviously.
secretary.
Well, as a woman, you have
It's my
actually
only
attained
logical
greatness.
job. I'm
Yeah.
glad that I can have any kind of job being a woman.
Yeah, man.
And
I'm
there's
grateful for
hand,
it.
rim, and blow. Rim and
Not
blow.
sure how it happened.
Well,
Hand,
those are-
rim. Yeah.
That's how I pay for rent.
Yeah. By the way, that song is amazing. It's weird they teach it to children, but hand.
Peach
rim,
said the
and
Gentleman
blow.
Bastard series could be fun too.
Reason
100% agreed. A Gentleman Bastard series is
Oh.
one of the best. The unfortunate problem with the Gentleman Bastard series is it has the same thing as Patrick Rothfuss and George R. R. Martin. Where's the next
Still only
book?
3 books.
There you go,
okay.
Beach. Might be one of the best, right up there, like one of the best like original novels. That fucking debut, immaculate.
Goddamn
God
Yanks
damn you.
don't speak the English language. I think he's going to say.
He said, "Don't
I
jerk,
love-
don't jerk the image."
I love it, Liam.
Taffy, how's your levels of sadness? okay?
I'm kind
pretty
of
good.
I'm kind of I think I was a little okay.
He said, "Think rich rednecks living on Sydney Harbor." Okay, interesting.
That sounds bitchin'.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds really good.
I've got a thick redneck going down
That's
below
the
my
only
butt.
reality TV that sounds fun. Let's see. We speak. Okay, at that.
So I speak Merkin too, but I think that's a different definition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm conflicted. I'm gonna. It was
Can I
it was
stop
pretty
you?
exciting to.
As a man,
Yeah,
can
I mean,
do
I guess we'll see because we'll see. Maybe something will happen.
Yeah,
What is
I
going to
mean,
happen?
there-
You know, maybe it might.
there's
get
a lot
picked
of
up.
people very dedicated to making this Save Watt thing work.
Yeah, which is awesome. That's great.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about
If I hear anything, if I hear any rumblings, if I hear any insider information, I'll let you know first on MySpace.
that.
You'll hear it first there, folks.
You'll hear it first there.
Yes,
then
I
maybe-
know some
then maybe you'll say it
interested
on the show.
people. I'll have some
Taffy, could you
inquiries
read the
made.
private chat comment
Oh,
Private
the-
chat
oh,
comment.
instead of conflicted? You would be.
I don't see any private chat.
God damn it! It's on the like conflicted. Because that's what women. do.
Conflicted.
Why don't you just
I'm
say that
feeling
then?
conflicted. I am.
A
That's the
lot of
best
people
way
are
to
calling
describe
for people to cancel their Amazon Prime accounts and say that in the comments and say this is the reason why I've canceled it.
Do that because of the
How do you feel
massive
about that?
tariffs for other shit. Like, not to sound political, but like, fuck it, because if it's all coming from China, it's gonna be more expensive right now. Not because of this. This feels, I don't know. Like, this I guess it's a business.
TK
decision,
said
so
I haven't
why not?
signed the Save Watt stuff because Loyal isn't around to sign it too.
He's the guy writing everything, right? I don't know. I feel like this is missing the
I love
the
that
point.
DK Moon.
Again, I don't know enough about what's happening behind the scenes, but to me, like this is a financial decision, which is probably wrong, probably bought off by dumb shit. But like,
oh, Gnome City canceled and didn't have an option to say why. Oh, damn it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if anyone else does it. I did it because I was angry. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's also fair
I love
too.
this. Thank you for telling us this stuff, you guys.
I mean,
in fairness,
Yeah.
though, if you want to cancel your Amazon, why the fuck not? Like, there
Yeah,
are
totally.
go buy something from your local.
Jono, you
shit.
know, I've said this kind of along the same line, like basically every season that's come out.
Women
like,
should.
no matter
totally
how
make
much
that.
we hate what certain aspects of the show was doing or what was going on with it, we were always just like, it's so awesome just to have it, just to have something. Like, I loved seeing them on screen. I loved, the One Power looks super cool. Like, I don't know, a visualization of like the taint on the One Power for Rand was super awesome. Like,
because even
and that Alvaro Muerto
episode...
scene with like the woman made of the taint like touching his shoulder and being like, you're crazy, like was so cool. I was like, oh, I can't wait to see where this shit goes, you know, like kind of thing. Like, there's a lot of really awesome stuff.
That's terrible. There's stuff that happens and you're like, oh, that was so fucking cool. I'm so glad I got to see that. Every single season, it was all mixed in there.
Taint puppets. I only got Prime because of the show. Without the show, why bother? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
if that's why you got it, then fuck right off. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would.
It's pretty rude that the level of disregard they've shown for the entire project, like it's pretty jacked up.
I mean, I watch Reacher, I watch The Boys, I watch Invincible.
Have you considered instead of Reacher, why don't you watch the original show, Blue Mountain State? Now, I am going to campaign, and it'll go nowhere, that we should watch Blue Mountain State as a TV show, by the way. Anyone in chat watch Blue Mountain State? Blue Mountain State may be... So Blue Mountain State may be the best show of all time. It is I think it was on TNT briefly, and then eventually... It's the same dude. The guy who's Reacher, his original fucking thing was Blue Mountain State. He was a linebacker at a college not based at all on BYU.
That makes sense because he's enormous.
Boy, BMS, Blue Mountain State, is about a college freshman trying to fuck as many things as he can.
He was also Aquaman in Smallville. That I did know because I watched Smallville. Because you know why? It's Superman related.
You should check out BMS, man. Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, he was on Titans too. Weirdly enough, he played Hawk. Yeah. Reacher's not by any stretch of imagination a good show.
It's very popular.
It's just dumb, like turn your brain off action crap. You know, it's fun.
If you guys haven't watched BMS, I can't help you. Great. It's the greatest show ever. Anyway, there was a legitimate question you were going to ask me, and I quit.
I don't recall.
In the middle of that. Yeah. Joe, your thoughts on the question that I don't remember?
What was I saying?
I don't know. That was the point.
Amazon canceling accounts?
Oh yeah.
Oh right.
If you feel like it, if there's no other reason for it, cancel it. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I guess it's a way to show them at the very least, like what, you know.
Yeah.
Them canceling that show made them lose you, kind of thing. It, like, you know, talk with your wallets, kind of thing. I get that.
Walk with your wallets.
That's going to be the biggest.
I think I definitely went through a period of. It was a couple days of being upset, but when things, yes, I do.
Yeah.
But a certain part of me just kind of shuts off any kind of emotion.
I wrote a lot of Smallville love in the chat. I have all Smallville on DVD shared in this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, don't forget Tina.
He was in TMNT.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was in the
Who was he? Was he Raphael?
Yeah, I think it was Raphael. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Being the bigger one.
I love that it's like all these other things besides Blue Mountain State, and like to me, I see Thad Castle from Blue Mountain State. In the first episode,
It's like basically the only show of his I haven't watched, apparently.
in the first episode, it's all about like again, he's not
Donatello's the best
character.
turtle. That's a debate of a lifetime.
That's a debatable thing. That's another issue. But the end sequence has them putting an Oreo up their ass and then running 100 yards, and you have to keep it in your ass.
That makes sense.
And Thad Castle wins. Loser has to eat. Thad Castle, our man Jack Reacher, proceeds to walk off screen and then pull the Oreo anyway, sniff it, eat the whole thing. And that's
if the show is canceled for money, then I spoke in the language of money with cancellation of Prime. I think
that's
that's a very valid. Yeah, that's what's going to
capitalism, baby.
That's what's going to show them the most. I mean, we can sign all the save what petitions we want, but like the thing that would make the most impact to them, obviously, is to lose money.
I'm gonna. I asked specifically to watch, so I could watch this. Watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watch. So I could watch this season. I asked for an upgrade of no commercials, and I'm going to cancel that.
So it was funny. DK Moon, unfortunately, his credit card was canceled after he said what he was going to cancel. So, it's just kind of back and forth over and over.
Oh, no, I hope not. Get on the phone and fix that.
Glenson, you're trying to start shit, Iris, with the Donatello comment.
Oh yeah.
She has reasons. Okay, I mean, yeah, all right.
Got a new name. Hold on. Should we end this? What's our plan here? I'm running out of things to yell about.
Oh.
What in the world?
White.
That was weird.
Oh, I thought that was some new comedy thing you were trying.
Nope. I'm running out of things to say. All right.
So
why can't Germans tell jokes, Tommy?
I think you guys should offer some kind of condolences or resolution, some kind of words of wisdom for your audience here.
Well,
like, tell them something to console them.
So if
you know what, Taffy, we're here before the show. We'll be here after the show.
Okay. Right. And you know what? If you guys want, we could always go back. There's certain things we didn't like. We could talk about just things that. Let's see. I can't think of it now because we've already
revisit
covered
the episodes.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm actually kind of interested in the idea of there's a chance that just like his wife, Tom is worn down and watches it. And I would kind of be fascinated by a rewatch now, kind of with, again, that is certainly not in the fucking cards anytime soon. But as a rewatch with Tom a little more engaged in a negative manner. I know, hard to imagine. And kind of like, perspective helps, right? Why was this canceled? It's weird to me why, because if you look at what
we'll never find out what happened to it with the Lida's bracelet.
No,
exactly. Like it's very like what comes out here actually would be very interesting, right? Like who is there a silence cone that they have to like maintain? Are they allowed to just say, well, this was happening and then this, some other shit waylaid it?
Right.
I don't know. Like, it'd be interesting to see what plays out.
Is there? That's a good question, or rather topic DK brought up though. Like, is there something? What's like the thing that you wanted to see like continue, kind of thing?
The show in
anything?
A good way.
Yeah. The show in a good way. I don't. I mean, it would have been really cool to see Tyr and the. Yeah, I know, but like, it would have been really cool to see Tyr and Kalendor. That's kind of sad, especially since we should have technically had it before what we saw.
Right. How about two motherfucking things that should have been at the end of like in the midst of this fucking season, book 3. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I mean, man, Elena Navi and the sistering. Jesus Christ.
That should have been in this.
Jono's alt account's on fire tonight.
Yeah. Jono can do a simulation for you right now. Jono, can you kind of act that out with your? Okay, there you go. There you go, White Man.
Forward to the twat shoot interviews. Okay.
Oh
I
yeah, those are
appreciate
cool.
That's true. Any assumption that we do a good job, any of that, we appreciate.
You know, like I don't know that interview that Matt
She
did
posted
with
about the
Yosha.
bracelet recently, apparently.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
No, hold on.
Oh,
The
Sharon
Sharon, I
did.
believe that's that like
Sharon.
floating obelisk of a university. Is that correct?
I think you meant show right.
Oh,
I probably
okay.
spell checked him.
Well, Sharon is the costume chick, so I thought maybe.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, maybe.
No,
Yeah.
he's 100% correct. I was joking. I was.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's
WatCon with Sharon should be fun, especially if she dishes. I mean, she might.
It almost makes me want
WatCon. I wonder what kind of like rumor
Sexual.
mill
No.
like shit is gonna come out of WatCon with like everybody kind of
It makes me think
Congregating.
having
Just-
having a little bit more.
I've never wanted to go to. Like, I mean, that's not true. I've wanted to go to WatCon, but I've like I already do Jordan Con, I do Dragon Con, I do other things.
Yeah.
It's not. It doesn't speak to me too much. But all of a sudden, I'm like, I feel terrible because those are like, that's the worst time for this. Is to be canceled right before this convention. Those are some people who care fucking deeply.
Yeah.
Burp. But secondly, like,
Classic.
now I kind of want to go more because I'm like, not because of like, not in a negative way, but kind of like, what the fuck? What's the scuttlebutt? Yeah, like, what the fuck's going on?
Oh yeah.
Maybe this whole campaign will really help get the
Campaign.
attention from. What if they helped it get another home?
I mean, that's
Before
their hope. It's
WatCon, that would be
obviously
cool.
it's either like get it another home or get it back, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what about this thing?
Honestly,
Maybe
I think getting it back on Amazon is the most likely thing to happen.
Oh,
For
really?
them to go for them to reverse their decision, I think is the
that
most
possible?
likely thing.
Mike,
Yeah,
like,
they
so
just
I've
have
got
to
like
decide to make it again.
6.9% chance.
So if enough people are like, "You're so dumb for canceling the show. It's the best show you have." Like, eventually they have to like maybe listen, and go.
That would be
"Fuck,
that
this
would be
is dumb,"
trippy. Okay, I didn't even
But,
consider that.
But I mean, because
or
Apple's not picking
let's-
it up, like that's
Yeah.
not happening.
Our president decides to cancel the tariffs, and all of a sudden the monetary numbers look different. Monetary numbers.
Mhm.
The
I mean, and that could be a
financials
big
look
part of it
different.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I really
Yeah.
don't know what the fuck that looks like. I don't know.
Who knows if that even affected it though? Like, we don't know. I mean, I have no idea. Like,
but it feels.
I assume
relevant.
it was going to, but maybe it wasn't.
It feels relevant that it happened in the last 2 months.
It was kind of funny though. Wes Anderson did an interview about the tariffs, and he's like, what does he think we do? Ship it over on airplanes? He's like, that's not how you get
So that's another
media
thing,
about
right?
it. Like, he's like,
Yeah.
he's like, the president doesn't know how this even works. Like within,
I've
You know?
been very confused by the idea because when I think of
That's why I don't. That's why I don't necessarily think that might have like had.
they're going
any-
to
I
charge
understand
per
pieces
film
of it.
reel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
I know, but I
Jono.
understand. I understand a little bit of how film tax works in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Without getting into like other things, like I understand, like,
Did
hey,
Amazon
you
ever
check out-
confirm the cancellation? Yeah, I thought it was Amazon that Iris
Yeah,
said
Amazon
Amazon
released.
released the cancellation to deadline. That was the announcement. Yeah.
Oh.
So but what about this?
Oh,
What
they
if
have 90 days. Oh, okay.
To get it
What if-
done, what do you mean? Like to reverse it, Liam? Is that what you mean?
I assume
They
that's
may
what it
have a
is, yeah.
Oh,
clause
okay.
in the thing, yeah. So that means there's 3 months minus a few days for you guys to stop laughing at our shitty jokes and to get out there and do something with your lives.
I'm going to
Yeah.
I'm
Sign
gonna
some petitions. Make some
create a
videos.
new, yeah.
Malkier Talks was already talking about something they're gonna do, like social media days where like we all just flood our accounts with like bring it back kind of thing, I think.
Okay.
Oh, he said it was a tariff joke.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Now I get it and I love it.
Yeah, they have 90 days.
Pause. Yeah.
But So I don't know when those will be. I'm sure if you start paying attention to the hashtag,
Well, I do believe
you'll
they're
find
starting
you'll
tomorrow
find
with
information
What
about it.
Wednesday.
Again,
Oh, okay.
it's Twat
Tomorrow.
Wednesday.
It's Twat Thursday. It's Twat Thursday.
Twat
Everybody knows that.
Wednesday is where two chicks scissor that are related, and all of a sudden
we didn't do Twat Tuesdays because that's Taco Tuesday. Everybody knows that. You can't interrupt Taco
same
Tuesday.
thing, really. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
But
Oh, fuck. So dumb.
It's so...
I mean, loved it. Perfect.
what's funny is I do remember like using because I somehow I'm in charge of our Twitter feed, which goes nowhere. I would try to do Twat Tuesday, and that feed. The only time if you click on Twat Tuesday for a while is just me. It's very strange. Who'd have guessed? So I gave up, and I blame Rafe.
We're just so
Liam said
far
it's
off
Wednesday
the
there already.
algorithm.
It's Wednesday and Liam's in Wednesday already.
All right,
Is
Liam,
what Wednesday's happening?
Liam,
Let us know what's happening.
Are you starting the renew what?
Twat Wednesday.
Twat
God
renewal?
damn it.
Renew your twats on Wednesday.
Thirsty Twat Thursday.
On Wednesday. Oh yeah, Thursday and Twat Thursday.
Yeah.
That's a good night. Or we
Yeah,
do
mostly.
Moist Wednesday.
By the way, I put a link to SaveWatt.com down in the description
Oh,
if you, for
awesome.
some
Thank
reason,
you.
can't remember Save Watt. But it's down there if you need to find a link. But I guess I'm mostly sad. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I liked to be like, I'm angry about this and I'm angry about that. But like at the same time, I'm like, I love that this exists and I love talking about it and I love the actors and there's
These guys don't fucking deserve that. You know who deserves to be canceled? You're supposed to say who?
Who?
Tom.
Yeah, Tom's out of here.
Also, the probably Rafe, but some of the writers, that kind of thing, they deserve to be. I don't know what they're fucking told.
If they did bring it back, would you want like a different showrunner, or would you just want them to continue doing?
I don't know. I heard from someone like who's not like in the know, but someone who like knows more than I do, and she was very like, well, it could have been worse. Like and a couple like things that she had heard, and third party were kind of floated around. And she did not tell me those, so it could have been like, I don't know, jerk off names, but that like Rafe was actually a pretty good option. So I don't know. I don't know enough about Rafe, and that's why I want to watch Survivor season 11. I don't know enough about him to like to say like, do I like or not like him? Like what I've seen feels very polished, and like the supposed unpolished pieces are very like, this really doesn't give me confidence, but like clearly he wanted this, right? It's like an almost inverse Brandon Sanderson, where like Sanderson wrote a thing that got to like when Jordan died, Sanderson wrote a not an obituary, but like he wrote something that made its way to Harriet, and Harriet was kind of stirred to be like, this is an author, we need someone like this is something. Like, to my mind, Ray feels like the inverse version of it, where like he wrote something and then hand delivered it, right, to like to create an idea, but he hand delivered it when shit was already in a weird spot. Again, I don't know this. I don't know what the fuck's going on necessarily. I'm making up stuff because I'm half drunk, 2/3 drunk. But like to me, that's the thing is like
2/3 drunk.
He 3/4.
That's how you measure drunkenness, by the way. It's in the measuring cups.
It's I've done that, but like fractionated is how I appear to be. But like he feels like someone who sought this out. Like, I could do this. Whereas if you remember, like that's not how Sanderson wrote something when he was not famous at all. He'd had 1.5 books out. Elantris and Mistborn was coming, which by the way, different book. And like all of a sudden he was under tour, and that was like Harriet was intrigued. That's not what the fuck happened here. Like it felt like a man looking for a mission.
I think Matt Hatch is gonna write a eulogy to the Wheel of Time show, and then he'll become the showrunner. Is that what you're getting at?
If that happens, fuck yes. Or like,
I mean, that'd be awesome.
It'd be like, God damn, like that man knows.
Or someone of his equivalent.
So
Matt
us.
Hatch's showrunner?
Yeah, I was joking.
That would be awesome.
Glenn said
I think
Tony
that-
Gilroy. If you guys don't know, it's Rogue One, the guy that made Rogue One and the Andor
Oh.
show, which is the best TV show of the 2020s.
Right.
Andor
You
is a
seen Jeopardy?
fantastic television show.
You know what it's based on?
Couldn't
A Country
agree
in the Wheel of
more.
Time.
Tony Gilroy did say recently that he didn't want to even commit them to more than 2 seasons of that show, though. So, like, he was thankful that it's done. So I don't know if he's the good choice to be like, we need 9 seasons, kind of thing.
Is he divorced?
Matt would just make landfare porn.
Hey, you
I
know
don't
what?
know.
That'd be fun
yeah.
to talk about.
Yeah. Scissor me quimbers.
He listened to Twat After Dark to get his idea for the show.
Are you talking about Twat After
I mean,
Dark?
very, very possible. Very possible.
Which episode? What do you mean by Twat After Dark? Because
Twat After Dark is our episodes we used to do in the past.
Yeah, no, but which one?
I don't know. There's a lot of them.
I know. That's why I want to know.
Oh, it's probably the one where you're reading porn.
Uh-oh.
I don't really have any summation thoughts, although I did like Taffy's thought of say something nice before we go.
I
don't know.
I feel like sometimes if someone is, I mean, I doubt anybody except for like the whoever's with us now is going to watch all the way to the end.
So if you're just tuning in at 10:52 in the Eastern time, we're not shitting on the show. We love it.
We love the show.
All right, fine.
We're
I'll sum up real
sorry that
quickly.
it got canceled. We hope that it gets picked up. We hope something happens.
Yeah, go to SaveWatt.com. Try to help.
Go
as
to
much as you can,
SaveWatt. Yes.
Speak
Like
with your
I said.
wallets, like I said. Cancel
Yeah.
your if you can. A lot of people are like, I can't cancel my Prime account. Are you crazy?
Right.
How else am I going to get porn? That's all right.
Yeah. How else am I going to watch Invincible?
Yeah.
We're here for you. We care about how you feel, and we love you.
Aw.
And if you have to,
Oh, no, your show
anything
got
you want to
canceled very
talk
soon.
about it,
Our show will never die, Andrew.
no,
Yeah.
they can't do it.
Yeah.
Andrew, if you have any feelings or thoughts that you need to be felt like you're heard and that someone cares, just shoot us a little note over at MySpace/tWoTcast.
Go to myspace.com/podcast. It's the new Twitter of time. Everyone's going over there. It's myspace.com/singwithtaffy. It's where we're going to get all our show news from now on. It's where
Never
it's
not
happening.
funny.
Twats never say die. Twats never say die. Black Power Podcast, guys. How are you?
Oh, hello.
What are you doing in here right now? What is dead can never die? How does Tom feel about it all?
Oh, Tom is very
Tom,
excited.
Andrew,
Yeah.
you guys missed it. Tom had a sparkler, not fireworks,
Yeah,
but he was holding up
yeah.
a sparkler in the beginning.
He had fireworks ready to fucking go.
And
The
Tom
lamest-
did predict it would get canceled after this season. He predicted that last season.
He did. Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, they've got one more season. It's over.
Yeah.
Giant
Out of
Wells.
your mind.
Second,
But he
part of
wasn't.
the
He was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see what
Um,
happens. You know what? This is all very new. We don't have all the real answers yet. You never
We
know
don't
what
even have
could
the
happen.
questions.
We don't have
He
the
said when we get to the
question.
retirement home, we can have a first read show again. Oh, that's
Oh.
great, Jono. Do you want to do that when we're,
We're
like
going to
old
need
and don't
something
remember
to do at
anything?
the retirement home.
I mean, we're not far off. Have you seen Tom? Tom's pubic hair is falling out.
Tom's retiring. Tom's retiring next year.
Yeah.
Oh,
69 years of service to no women.
Waiting for Taffy's newest hit single about this whole thing.
Oh,
oh.
my
that?
God, yes.
Do you have any
Taffy?
suggestions?
Yes. Oh.
Okay,
I-
yes, what
It
is
should
it?
be a remix of your Wheel of Time song that kicked all your songs off.
That's exactly
Oh,
what this
that's right.
But you should just be crying the whole time instead, and like maybe like a funeral, like a funeral dirge.
We love time.
I can see it.
It'd be
Coming in the
great.
air tonight?
I can see
Yeah,
it.
who can't?
Yeah, it's actually about facials, by the way, that song.
It is.
Or
Yeah.
bukkake, depending on your.
Don't like the new Armelin? Canceled. Don't like tornadoes? Canceled. Don't like duels in the desert? Canceled.
Andrew.
It's the opposite of the it's the opposite of the everything's in the movie bit. Electric Gremlin? It's in the movie.
The movie canceled.
Giant bat gremlin that smashes through the wall, makes a perfectly shaped bat symbol. It's in the movie.
Canceled.
Now
guess that's
Loyal
our-
really isn't coming back.
Oh. Oh Jesus.
Taffy's
Now,
out.
now I don't care anymore.
Yep, now
We
you're
did it.
out. You're out again. I'm telling you, Taffy. In season 4, he was just gonna walk out of a Waygate. It was going to happen.
Just kind of like
The
fluffing his
amount
clothes,
of backlash
Anyone could do
from
it,
his
it would
death
be
was
him.
already so huge.
in season 1 to 2.
We
How
would have gotten
about-
a really cool one-off episode where he struggled through the ways.
How
You know.
about if I'll sign your petitions and I'll make videos and post stuff to save the show.
Only Taffy can
Only
bring Loyal.
Taff. Okay. If they fire whoever decided that was a good idea.
Okay.
So
I don't know who it was.
That's a fair ask.
Whoever thought that was a good idea and that Loyal was not, it was just some throwaway character that we can't collect.
they do not collect characters,
God
you
damn it.
dumb bent. What don't you understand?
What is wrong with you?
we don't collect characters that write the story that goes
I mean,
on.
if I rape, if he was responsible, Andrew, yeah.
If he's the one who chose and said that, and especially the stuff, yes,
Jam, that's
twice.
correct.
Okay, now I'm
Yeah.
getting angry.
No,
Whoever
you
did that should
already-
already be fired. You mean,
Well,
like,
technically, that
first
already
of all,
happened. That already happened.
One of
Oh, that's
one
true.
of
They
the
all got
one of the
fired, so-
reasons
Only bring back the people not responsible for that.
the show did not need the ogre. Yes, you do, Glenn. Tom is not right about
But
that.
they didn't need the. Like,
They
all right,
also don't
I will say this.
need a lot of stuff, Glenn.
So why did they do it though? Like that's the dumb shit. If I say I don't need this character, season 3, then fuck me, right? Like that's
The show did so many weird things. Like Aiel just walking around in Tarvalon and no one like blinks an eye. Like there's so many things that
Yes.
are like that are weirdly good
Yeah.
and then like weirdly not good about the show. And I'm just like, I don't. There's no. My main problem, like we've always said, is like the inconsistencies in like
that
the way the
Yeah.
magic works or the lore or this dagger is
Yeah.
working and like Loyal got stabbed by the dagger. They didn't even talk about it.
yeah.
What? And then in that season, he's melting a box with it.
Oh,
Which, by the way, is a
I don't
euphemism.
understand. How does that work? None of it, like, the dagger had no stakes. It was so
And it's-
weird. There were so many
but it's
things
not
that I'm just like,
effective. Like,
that could have been done so well,
it
and they
can't
just
get-
didn't.
conducted through wood because he had like a wood rake or a mop or some shit, a mop handle.
Yeah.
Oh no, it can't.
It
You
was a
can't catch
bedpost,
the
I think.
Mashadar through wood.
Yeah.
So you're
I
saying
love that
Oh,
we've
man.
done this. We've mentioned this a dozen times. And every
It's
time,
one of the most. It's because it's one of the dumbest
stupid
fucking
as
things.
Fuck. Yeah. I want to go like whisper
so.
weird
Okay,
shit to my
we
wife.
we
and
need
say,
them
like,
to keep
bedpost
making this
Mashadar.
bullshit so we can talk about.
Oh,
we
you know
talk
what I'm
about
mad
it.
about? You know how we were talking about like, oh, what's a thing that you're like you're mad that you're not going to see the end of kind of thing?
Oh.
The Ashendari. I am mad about that. I wanted to see it. They just like
You think
they
they're
stuck it
gonna
up
bring
there
back?
and then never. Yeah, they were going to. They would have made a really cool prop. It would
Maybe.
have looked like a seashell. and then I could have
or
been
a
mad
water
about it.
pitcher in a hospital.
But they never gave it to me, and
Oh,
I'm
God.
mad about it.
yeah.
like again, how is it the costume department is like a fucking like 11 out of 10, and the fucking prop department is like suffering from
Yeah.
it just
You don't know how they
I-
work. It just somehow you get stabbed.
Yeah.
Matt's just
The
juggling 3
words-
seashells.
Oh,
words
now
that come
Andrew's
to me-
talking about the Sakarnan.
Oh.
Ah. Sakarnan. Wait,
Fushigi
did you
ball.
say-
That's all I wanted.
Okay.
Oh man,
Just
they really shafted us on that action, Dari.
yeah. Oh, good one, Beach. Thanks.
It's just a little stuff. I mean,
Adapted.
little stuff like that. I'm like, what the
I got
fuck?
that.
Get that right.
It was the most like in your face fuck you to anyone who is a reader. Like it just like we change, and I'm not saying this in the, like I hate saying this word, like we changed the gender of it. All right, that's not a fucking weird thing. We changed the strength of it. We took a piece that I love Brandon Sanderson, but we brought it into it, and we put it in the dumbest place
I don't understand why they didn't
possible.
just call it the Choden Ball and call it a day.
Fair enough. Again,
You
like,
could have had two in there, and one was cracked in half, and that was the guy's one. And then they're like, "Oh, we can't use that one, and we only have the girl one." And then that's because their whole reason for calling it Sarkarnan or making it woman based or like female one power based was like that it would be like the counterpiece to the Kalendor thing for the next season. And I'm just like, why not just call it what it is?
Is that their way
and
of
Kalendor works for three
Demanded
different
is
things.
definitely not going to be in
Choden
it.
Ball is exactly what we're talking about, Andrew.
Yeah.
Instead of Choden Cal.
Instead of
Come on now,
Cal.
Andrew.
It will always be the Choden Ball to me because it's a better name.
It's
a better
such
name.
a fucking dumb fucking thing. Anyway, finish this show.
Anyways,
I gotta go try to hump my wife before she falls asleep alive.
Not renew. Save Watt so we can get pissed. So we can have fun talking about things we like.
Yeah,
do it for us, folks.
Do it for us. That is the kind of the end of this, I guess, is like as much as we have shit to bitch about, it was I loved the show that it was there. Like I wanted more of it. Like I do want it back.
Yeah. And we do, of course,
go to SaveWatt.com. Save Watt, everybody.
Also, if you have time, go to savetwat.edu.
Yeah. Just to learn.
And if you don't know where that is, if you need a link to that, go to MySpace/tWoTcast.
By the way, the Black Tower, it's now forever. Choden Ball.
SaveTwat.edu if you are having a hard time navigating the WW interwebs. And yes. Like button for Choden Ball, Choden Ball, Choden Ball.
What if you don't like Choden Ball? What if Choden Ball's plural?
Yeah.
That's what it should have been a set of balls, and you could have gotten the guy one out of the way right away. I mean, like it didn't survive and it got broken.
And I would also like them to have
a
specific interview explaining every dumb fucking change they make and how they thought it was a good idea and how they're going to. I would like that.
MySpace has an app now.
No,
we brought it back.
It worked.
1.6 stars. Wyatt said my favorite part of watching the show was watching the tWoTcast episode afterwards. That's too nice.
By the way, MySpace unfortunately is down to 1.4 stars.
Oh, it just went down right. You know why?
We're bringing it back, Jono.
No, I think that's because people are worried that Twitter Time won't keep adding content there now that the TV show.
Oh, that's probably what it is.
So the rating was down. So
negative ratings.
Now we have a campaign to save MySpace.
I want there to be just a weird niche of 5-star reviews.
First we save MySpace, then we save what?
Yes.
Everything has a precedent.
It's a digital ghost town with 4 active profiles, including ours. Josh.
Yeah, and whatever fake Elon Musk account is following me with like I got some weird follows. Or I'm sorry, wannabe connections.
Hashtag save Watt, everybody. That's tWoTcast for this week. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. We theoretically respond. tWoTcast theme song is brought to you by the one and only Taffy Bennington.
I love you. Thank you for having me, everybody. And we care about you and your feelings. We love you.
We do care about you and your feelings. I'm actually more upset for the people that really, really love the show than I am for the show not existing for me in a way.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm yawning. I wouldn't go that far. I'm upset for the people who care. Those who really, really care.
You're suspect.
Caring.
You shouldn't care that much.
You need to not care.
Yeah, but
And
if
the
you care,
legendary Andrew Bard
Yeah.
of Time. Links to their stuff is below, of course. You can listen to more Taffy songs and more Andrew Bard of songs all you want. You know,
Andrew Bard of songs.
Andrew Bard of Time songs. I said Andrew Bard songs? Did I say of songs?
I love it.
Yep, just
That
yeah,
works
Bard of songs.
too. It's great.
Andrew
By the
Bard
way,
song.
pretty decent title. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan's next episode from Wheel of Time. We don't know what we're doing. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So what are they
We'll
doing?
be here, and we'll be here for you.
That's true, yeah. I'm Joe. Say goodnight, Jono.
Good night, Jono.
Good night, Jono.
And
Good night,
Taffy.
Joe. Good night, you guys.
Say good night, Kevin.
Keep the change, you filthy animals.
Among the first to start, the tWoTcast was so smart to lovingly bash our favorite books. But that was long ago, and now they've grown the show, and now they got us in their hooks. Don't throw coins to these bastards, they need bars of gold at least. Someone please keep them afloat. Now let's listen as they once again ramble through a book. Let's get the fucking quote. One of them is Tom, but he is barely on. Sometimes he calls into the show. Another one is Jono. Is he their joker? Oh no. And Joe, is he the stupid one? Welcome to the tWoTcast. We will share our love for books and all our hate in every episode. We'll entertain you, make you laugh so hard you barely can stand up. That is the tWoTcast code.